Stanislaus State Baseball is on the air. Let's join Eric Davis and Bryan Nelson now live from the press box for all the action of Warriors baseball on the Blue Chip Sports Radio Network, right here at BlueChipBroadcasting.com.
Tonight, the Cal State Stanislaus Warriors open up a 4-game series against the Monterey Bay Otters. Stanislaus State comes into this series 11-3. They're 5-3 in conference and tied for 4th place at the moment. They're coming off a 4-game split with East Bay last weekend and look to right the ship and win another series here at Warrior Ball Field. But don't sleep on Monterey. Monterey historically comes in and they bat the ball around the yard. It should be a lot of fun. Stanislaus State versus Monterey Bay. We'll be right back.
Disasters and accidents happen. Are you covered? Nathan Dublevich of Farmers Insurance Group is proud to provide home, life, and auto insurance for individuals and businesses looking for peace of mind. His offices are at 5 East Main Street in downtown Turlock and on Chabot Drive in beautiful Pleasanton, California. Call Nathan to schedule an appointment or find him online at ndfarmers.com. You can reach him in Turlock at 209-485-9006 or in the East Bay at 925-200-8574. Remember, for your peace of mind, call Nathan Dublevich of Farmers Insurance Group.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Warrior Ball Field on a beautiful Friday night where Cal State Stanislaus takes on Monterey Bay in a 4-game CCAA baseball series. Like we said in the opening, Stanislaus State comes in there 11-3 overall, 5-3 in the conference, and they just split a 4-game series over in Hayward against East Bay. Monterey Bay comes into this series 6-8 overall and just 3-5 in conference, and they have their backs up against the wall here early and are looking to right the ship. I wish I could tell you I was going to bring you all the action this weekend, but we will tonight. My name's Eric Davis, and I'll be bringing you the action along with my partner, Bryan Nelson. And, you know, Bryan, it's going to be a bit of a choppy weekend for you and I.
Yes.
But this series should be a very entertaining series as you look at the CCAA schedule.
Yeah, I mean, these are two teams both picked in the top half of the conference. Two teams that both participated in the CCAA tournament 2 of the last 3 years. Monterey Bay has been in the NCAA tournament 4 of the last 5 years. And so there's a program that is very, very good. They are off to a little bit of a sluggish start. The interesting thing, Eric, is that the one series they swept this year was against Azusa Pacific, who came into the season this year ranked in the top 10 in the country. The series they've struggled against Biola on the road and LA on the road, are two teams that nobody really had a lot of high expectations for. So it's been very interesting. Monterey's been pretty good at home. They have been really poor on the road.
Well, that doesn't bode well necessarily for Stanislaus, because Stanislaus sits in the top 20 still in the country.
Yeah, and it's very interesting because you look at it, Monterey 1-6 on the road, 5-2 at home. And the way that it's broken down for them, they've hit fairly consistently both places. They've had some games they haven't scored, some games they've scored a lot of runs. But it's been the pitching that has been a real problem on the road. Not so much in getting hit, Eric, but it's been in hitting guys and walking guys. They have averaged, just their pitchers alone, 7+ free 90 feet per game on the road and 4 at home. That is a lot of extra base runners or extra bases you're giving up on the road.
Well, if you look at that on the road, that's the equivalent of 12 additional bases in a 4-game set. So you take 12 bases, that's like a run a game you're giving away just in extra 90 feet. You just have to be really careful with that. And Stanislaus will take advantage. Stanislaus is the top scoring team in the conference. They've scored 107 runs already. Now, Monterey's no slouch themselves. They've scored 95. But Stanislaus, almost a full run a game better than Monterey.
They are, and they're doing it in a lot of different ways. They've been able to do it with power, with the extra base hit, but they've also done a great job of getting them on, getting them over, and getting them in. Except for last Sunday when the Warriors left 13 men on base, had a player thrown out trying to steal, a guy picked off, and hit into 2 double plays. They had 13 hits. East Bay committed 5 errors, hit 3 guys, and I believe they walked 3 or 4 batters. Warriors had over 20-plus base runners and only scored 6 runs. So for Stanislaus, it's going to be real important to take advantage of the opportunities that present themselves and do what they've done through the majority of this season, get them over and get them in.
one of the things that Stanislaus does have going for them, they have been able to field a real consistent 9-man lineup.
Yeah, pretty much, Eric. They've only started 11 guys. The only guys in the lineup that aren't in there tonight are Nathan Gutierrez, who has started twice on game 2 of double hitters at first base, and Trevor McInerney, who started a couple games at shortstop. That's it. The other guys have played every inning of every game and have done an outstanding job.
Now, Monterey, a lot different than when we looked at them last time in the CCAA tournament.
Yeah, there are only 2 guys in today's lineup that played in that game against Stanislaus in Stockton, and that is second baseman Coco Figueredo and the catcher Hunter Harris. Kyle Garrett came in and played later on, but he didn't start. That's it. They are built this year on pitching. Ethan Mcrae, who we will see today, has been in the program for a few years now, a very tough, very good left-handed pitcher. Warriors roughed him up a little bit last year, but he is very good. We saw him throw in a tournament game last year against Cal Poly Pomona 9 shutout innings in a game Monterey lost in a semifinal 1-0 in extra innings.
Well, and they are going to be without one of their key cogs, Kyle Dean, not an option for this series.
That's what he is not in the lineup today, and he has been scratched off the roster that we were given. Well, that means that's just for tonight or for the entire series. He did not play the final 3 games against Chico State, so obviously there must be some sort of injury or issue. And without him, he is a big-time guy, and he gave Ryland Tinsley fits last year over in Monterey.
Well, let's talk about Ryland as he takes the mound for his 5th start of the year. He has been pretty good.
Yes, he has. All 4 quality starts. He has a 22-6 strikeout-to-walk ratio. Batters are hitting 186 against him, Eric, and his whip is 0.83, meaning he allows less than 1 base runner per inning. The big thing for Ryland tonight, the first inning. We have seen him at times struggle early in games, kind of getting his footing. And this is a Monterey team that when they get going, they score early and often in ball games.
Well, if Stanislaus State wants to compete with the big boys, this is where it starts as they continue on their road to Pomona in the CCAA postseason tournament. Well, Bryan, you got a chance to sit down with Coach Kenny a little earlier this afternoon and kind of get his feel for what's going on tonight. And in this series, it's time for our Coach's Corner, courtesy of Crivelli's Insurance. Let's take a listen in as Bryan and Coach Kenny Leonisio chat just a little.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. The one trying to sneak away and grab a snack before the game comes back on. I want to let you in on a secret. Like you, I'm an avid sports fan, and since my wife no longer allows me to leave the house bare-chested in face paint, I've discovered I can still go all out in support of my teams by visiting Crivelli's Shirts and More. Crivelli's carries all of the Turlock and Pittman gear you could ever need, including Letterman jackets, and they are the only officially licensed retailer of Stanislaus State. Family owned and operated, Crivelli's is located in downtown Turlock at 310 Main Street. They're open Tuesdays through Fridays from 9 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Saturdays from 10 to 3. So what are you waiting for? Head on down to Crivelli's on Main Street and gear up.
It's time for the Coach's Corner, brought to you by Crivelli Shirts and More. We're here with baseball coach Kenny Leonisio. And Coach, felt weird last weekend. I didn't see you at all. You guys were on the road for the first time. Talk to us a little bit about going on the road for the first time, especially with the young team, and getting a split against a very good East Bay team.
Yeah, East Bay was really good, I thought both teams played well. It was a good college baseball series, kind of back and forth, and that a lot of innings playing that 7-inning game. Ended up going 13 innings, so to pull that out was big, and so the guys did a good job going on the road. For the first time, it's obviously something new, and it feels good to be back home though.
Now, Coach, here comes Monterey Bay, a team that has been a perennial NCAA tournament team for the last 5 years, but it's a different group, especially on the offense. So they lost a lot of guys last year to graduation. Without knowing a lot about guys, Coach White finds a way to get some good players in every year.
Yeah, we expect them to be very good. I think they lead the league in batting, and they hit a lot of doubles. And so, though they've lost some guys, it seems like they always seem to just fill some people in, and they really swing the bat. So, we expect them to be just as good as they are every year. They got some quality pitching, so it'll be a tough series.
Tonight, you'll see Ryan Mcrae, the left-hander. A guy that you've seen a few times, at least guys that are returning. What is it about Mcrae that makes him unique? He's a kid that maybe doesn't have overpowering stuff, but he really knows how to pitch.
Yeah, he knows how to pitch. He mixes 3 pitches and has a little bit of movement and locates pretty well. So it's a good combination for a pitcher, and he really tries to keep you off balance. So we need to be disciplined in our approaches, and if we do that, I think we'll be all right.
Coach, thanks so much for your time. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
We'll go back. We'll have more right after this.
Hey, looking for a great place to have barbecue and ice-cold beer and watch the big game? Well, then look no further than Hawk's Grill on the corner of West Main and Broadway in downtown Turlock. They serve the best barbecue in town, from tri-tip and brisket to chicken and ribs. They also serve great sandwiches and burgers, or start with one of their famous signature appetizers. Hawk's has a great beer selection on tap and are also a full-service bar. They have more than 24 TVs to watch the big game. Check them out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for daily specials on food and drinks. Hawk's Grill, downtown Turlock. Open daily at 11 a.m. Your barbecue, beer, and sports stop.
Welcome back to Warrior Baseball Field here on the campus of Stanislaus State University. It is time for the starting lineups brought to you by Hawk's Grill. First for visiting Monterey Bay Otters. Leading off, the right fielder, Chase Lindemann. Batting second, the shortstop, Brady Miguel. Over at second base, hitting third is Coco Figueredo. In the cleanup spot, designated hitter Charlie Nasuti. Batting fifth out in center field is Kyle Guerra. Hitting sixth, the left fielder Troy Backend. Over at first base and batting seventh is Jacob Martin. Hitting eighth, the third baseman Chris Rubottom. And batting ninth and behind the plate is Hunter Harris. And the starting pitcher for Monterey Bay, and I called him by the wrong name in the coaches show, is actually Ethan Mcrae, the left-hander, who has been a stalwart in the Monterey rotation for the last 3 years.
How Mcrae throws phones. Ethan Mcrae throws baseballs.
Yes. That was my mistake. Anyway.
That was a reference that nobody under
you lost
40
me.
will know.
You lost me. Leading off for Stanislaus State is center fielder Grant Bunker. Batting second, the designated hitter Zach Jones. Batting third will be left fielder Jace Gardner. In the cleanup spot over at second base is Alexis Paz. Over at third base and batting fifth is Dylan Jackson. The first baseman hitting sixth is Matty Elser. Behind the plate batting seventh is Eric Bolton. Hitting eighth and at shortstop is Grant Victor. And batting ninth, right fielder Jacob Garcia. And the starting pitcher for Stanislaus in the first game of this series, and we hope, Eric, the first game of every series, is going to be left-hander Rylan Tinsley. For Tinsley, this will be his fifth start. He is 4-0 with a 1.55 ERA. In 29 innings, he has given up 18 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned. He has walked 6. He has struck out 22. The only thing that you would say about Rylan that I think he would like to improve upon is that he has hit 6 batters in his 4 starts. In fact, he hit 3 last weekend at East Bay. In that game against East Bay, through his first complete game victory, giving up a couple of runs on 4 hits. He walked 2, struck out 3, but he did hit the 3 guys and pitched a complete game in a game the Warriors won 8-2.
Well, Bryan, it's time to take a look at our weather for tonight's ball game. It is 75 degrees here in Turlock, partly cloudy. It feels like 75 there. Once again, no wind. It basically says wind gusting out of the west at 3 miles per hour. I will tell you the flag's not even moving.
No.
There's not even a whisper here in Turlock. There's 35% humidity, a 45-degree dew point, and it is, in other words, a picture-perfect night for baseball once again. And you know, as you come to the end of your work week, nothing better than to sit down, catch a ball game. If you're in town looking for something to do, come on out. Still plenty of room to sit in the old stadium. If not, settle back in your chair, get a nice cold beverage, and enjoy the show.
It'll be Lindemann, Miguel, and Figueredo to lead off against Rylan Tinsley to bring the action here in the first couple innings. My partner, Mr. Eric Davis.
Chase Lindemann is a left-handed hitting right fielder. He's going to lead it off. First pitch to Lindemann is taken for a strike. Time of first pitch, 5:59.
Hung is getting rolling. He must have a dinner date later tonight.
Hot dinner date with his wife. And that extra minute is important. Next pitch, outside corner, strike 2. Tinsley well ahead. All Lindemann has done so far this year is hit .404. No homers, 9 RBIs for Chase Lindemann. That pitch is outside, and the count will go 1 ball, 2 strikes.
All right, this is a Monterey Bay team that has scored 22 runs in the first inning. through their first 14 games, the most of any inning this season.
Breaking ball hangs up and in. 2-2. Lindemann listed as a utility player tonight. He is out in right field. 5'8", 180-pound sophomore. Pitch to Lindemann. Just a little high and out. And from 0-2 to 3-2.
Well, Lindemann in right field because Kyle Dean, the normal right fielder, is out tonight. So Lindemann moves from left field to right field. And we'll get a look at Troy Backend in left field.
Next pitch, just high. It was down the middle, but high. And Tinsley, 4 straight balls to Lindemann. And we start out with a base runner.
And that's after getting ahead 0-2. And that's very rarely do you see Tinsley walk a guy after getting ahead 0-2.
Brady Miguel, the shortstop. Comes in, another left-handed hitter, hitting .365. He's left the yard once and driven in 7. Lefty on lefty, squares to bunt, and just misses outside with a slider.
Well, Bill Shortridge, the home plate umpire, over at first base is Michael Carr, and over at third base is Bryan Klein. And Shortridge, a consistent zone, it is not large. You have to throw strikes.
Tinsley checks the runner at first, comes to the plate again, the square, and he takes a strike. Fastball up, but in the zone. Now 1-1.
This is unique to see Monterey square early. This is a team that in the past, Eric, they just pound the ball over the field. That is not the way this group is built. They are much more a doubles team, singles, put guys in motion than they have been in the previous years.
Next pitch, again, the breaking ball misses wide with that slider. 2-1. We'll reset the defense for you for Stanislaus. Out in left field is Jace Gardner. Out in center, Graham Bunker, and Jacob Garcia takes his spot up in right field. On the infield grass from left to right, you got Jackson at third, Victor at short, Alexis Paz at second, and Maddie Elser at first. And your battery tonight on the mound, Ryland Tinsley, and behind the dish is Eric Bolton. 2-1 pitch is bunted right back to Tinsley. He's got it. He's going to go to second, and they're going to get the force out at second. Good quick throw by Tinsley. He got off the mound quickly. It was not a great bunt, though, by Miguel. He hit it right directly back to the left-hander, who took it almost ready to throw when he picked it up.
Well, and Tinsley, a phenomenal athlete, Eric, one of the best athletes on the team, and he was a former center fielder in high school, and he jumped right off the mound, took his time, made a nice, strong throw to Grant Victor to get the force, and Miguel now the runner at first.
That's going to bring up Coco Figueiredo. First pitch just misses low.
Like I said, it's a very small strike zone.
It seemed to be a little bit higher than I remembered, but that one right at the knees or just below the knees, didn't get it. Miguel chased back to first base.
Miguel with 1 stolen base this year in 1 attempt. The Warriors have done a good job this year of throwing runners out, trying to steal.
Figueiredo, right-handed batter, takes outside. It's 2-0.
And this is a very patient Monterey Bay team. They will take walks.
Figueiredo hitting .357, no homers, 9 runs batted in. It's a lineup that has been hitting well through the first 5 guys, all over .350. Pitch is on the inside corner, taken for a strike. 2 balls and a strike. One out, runner on at first. Just getting started here, top of the first inning. Tinsley gets the sign from Bolton. Delivers, popped up, foul territory. Going over to give it a look is Elser. I think he's going to run out of room, and he does. Right field line down into the bleachers just beyond the Otter dugout.
Yeah, opponents are successful, Eric, 10 of 18 times. That's just 56%. That's not great.
No.
Against the Stanislaus catchers. And let's be honest, the Stanislaus pitchers as well. It's a two-way street to be able to throw guys out trying to steal.
2-2 the count. Tinsley deals. Hit on the ground, second shortstop. Grant Victor's got it. Underhands the second for one. The throw from Paz to Elser is in time for an inning-ending double play. 6-4-3 in the inning for the Otters. No runs on no hits, no errors, and in the end, nobody left on. We're going to go to the bottom half of the first. Monterey, nothing. Stanislaus coming to hit.
I'd like to take just a second to talk to everybody out there about Carrie Unternayer Dentistry. My name's Eric Davis, and Carrie has been the dentist for our family for over 4 generations. He's handled braces, he's handled cavities, he's handled cleanings, he's handled major dental work. His office staff is top-notch. Shannon Rodriguez, the office manager, and Itzel Barrera working up at the front desk are terrific. Elizabeth Rojas assists Carrie in all of his procedures. She is awesome. And Jamie Pimentel, she may be the world's greatest hygienist. I love Carrie Unternayer Dentistry and what they have done for my family. You'll love them too.
Well, we'll get our first look this season at Ethan Mcrae, the tall lefty. Mcrae, they listed 6'5", 195-pound senior from Hanford, transfer from Fresno City College. For Mcrae, this will be his 5th start. He is 0-3, but just a 3.50 ERA. In his 4 starts, he's given up 18 innings pitched. He's given up 23 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned. He has walked just 2, and he has struck out 13. Opponents hitting, however, 329 against him, Eric. So he doesn't give you freebies, but he does give up a lot of hits.
He puts balls over the plate. Mcrae, 6'5" out of Fresno.
Last year, Eric, Mcrae pitched against Stanislaus, and it was not a great outing for him. In 5 innings, he gave up 10 hits, 7 runs, 4 walks, and he struck out 4.
Well, let's remind everybody that in the regular season series, the Warriors went to Seaside, right there by Monterey Bay, took 3 out of 4 from this team, and Stanislaus whacked the ball around the yard in that park.
They did, and they really should have taken all 4. They blew a lead in the 9th inning of the first game of the series, and then lost it after taking the lead in the top half of the 10th, lost it in the bottom half of the 10th.
And then the rest, including a 15-2 win in a 7-inning game. So leading off for the Warriors, Grant Bunker. 304, couple of homers, 14 RBIs. Bunker waits and takes high. Thing about Grant, though, that you want to know is his on-base percentage is .431. His slugging percentage is .536, so he's at .967. Pitch is taken for a strike. 1-1. Bunker takes high. Fastball, 2 balls and a strike. Lights are on. Field looks tremendous.
I tell you, that grass was so perfect when I walked out there during batting practice today. I felt like I was walking on carpet, literally.
Ball's in the dirt, blocked by Harris, 3-1. Kenny does such a great job on field prep and how the field looks and presents and how it plays. 3-1 pitches, swung on and ripped down the left field line, foul by about 3 feet.
Now, Bunker, in my keys to the series, Eric, he was in one of the 4 keys, and he needs a Bunker bounce back this weekend. He did not have a great series, although he hit a home run in East Bay. That was just one of 2 hits he had in that series.
Full count pitch is fouled at the plate into the screen.
And he struck out 6 times in those 4 games.
Yeah, that he would like to have back.
And a couple of those strikeouts were in big run-scoring opportunities where he has been so good this year.
Bunker chops at third base. Picked up over there by Rubottom. Long throw across the diamond in time to Jacob Martin. And Grant Bunker is retired 5-3. 1 away. That'll bring up Zach Jones, the Warrior DH. Jones hitting .392. He's got a couple of home runs. 15 runs batted in. Left-handed batter. First year with the Warrior program. Mcrae kicks and deals on first pitch swinging, and that's heading to the parking lot in Windshield Alley.
And Jonesy goes up there ready to hack.
He doesn't waste time. He doesn't waste time at all. Next pitch, that's taken for a strike. I'm not sure what he was looking for, but it wasn't the fastball on the outer half.
In Mcrae's last start, Eric, he went 6 innings, gave up 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, walked none, struck out 2 in a loss to Chico State.
Ball's fouled off right back into the screen. Count stays 0-2.
He got outpitched that night by Grant Larson in a 5-1 Chico State victory.
Mcrae way out, and he does a little bit of a cartwheel.
Showed a little athleticism there, didn't he?
Kelly, what gymnastic move was that?
Oh, she wasn't watching.
Our resident gymnastic expert with a chance to comment on gymnastics. Another pitch foul tipped at the plate. It was kind of half cartwheel, half somersault, half belly flop. I don't know. It was.
Well, he didn't land on his belly. He actually did a pretty good athletic job to stay on his feet.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch misses wide. 2-2. Zach seeing a lot of pitches up there. He's already seen 6 in this AB, even though the count's 2-2. That pitch misses wide.
And Mcrae, when he's missing badly. Normally, these guys, if he misses, he's just off the plate. But he's had a couple pitches to bunker, and now 2 to Jones that have been easy takes.
And he lays off a wide fastball, and Zach Jones from 0-2 to ball 4.
Well, that's the second time we've seen that in the first inning. Tinsley did it with the leadoff hitter Lindemann, and now Jones does it against Mcrae. 2 guys in Mcrae and Tinsley don't walk very many hitters.
Jace Gardner comes up. Jace, leading Warrior hitter. He's hitting .417. Got a homer and 10 RBIs. Operating out of the 3-hole, the right-handed batting left fielder. Waits. Jones got his lead at first. Fastball up and in. 1-0.
Gardner, Eric, with a 582 on base percentage.
It's good numbers.
I mean, this is weekend number 5.
Misses down and in. Right now, Mcrae has missed on almost 6 straight. I think probably 6 out of 7.
And really, none of them have been very close. He's missing inside to righties and well off the plate on the outside part to lefties.
Jones has a stolen base as he takes his lead at first. Does not go. And there's a bit of a wrinkle thrown in there, and it's taken for a strike.
And sometimes pitchers, if they can't get the fastball over, catcher will call the breaking ball because it forces them to refocus, a little bit of a change in how they, not necessarily the delivery, but just the concentration on the pitch, just even the change of the grip.
Swung on, he swings over the top, fouls it off into the catcher, Hunter Harris's glove. Set the Monterey defense for you. Bashand out in left field. Guerra in center. Lindemann over in right. Rubottom at third. Miguel at short, Figueredo at second, and Jacob Martin at first base. Hunter behind the plate, Mcrae on the hill. That pitch misses just low, and it's 3-2. Be interesting here to see if Coach Kenny Leonasio going to get Jones started. Test the arm of Hunter Harris. Pitcher goes, runner does not. The ball's hit on the ground, past the third baseman and into left field. There's a base hit, a hard round around second. Jones takes a peek at Coach Leonasio and hangs up there. Runners at first and second. First hit of the ball game to Jace Gardner.
And Eric Runner did not go, and part of the reason could be the fact that base stealers this year so far against Monterey Bay successful less than 50% of the time. 6 stolen bases in 13 attempts.
So both of these teams pretty good.
So the
controlling the running game.
The running game may be more of putting guys in motion to get defenders to move more so than just straight steals.
Alexis Paz in his .361 batting average stands in. He's left the yard once, has 17 RBIs here early. Hits Mcrae right up the middle. He recovers, fires it to second for 1, and that's all they're going to get. That ball was ticketed to center field on the first pitch, but it hit Mcrae, and they're going to want to take a look at the young man's ankle/lower leg.
That was a nice play by Mcrae. It saved a run because that was going to be in center field, and Jones, with a good jump at second base, was going to score easily.
Third baseman, number 6, Gillard.
So runners at the corners now for Dylan Jackson.
With 2 down. Jackson hitting .346. No homers, 7 RBIs. Jackson, though, a gap-to-gap, extra base hit machine. Not necessarily a leave-the-yard kind of power, though he is a big kid. Left-handed batter, takes the first pitch at the knees, strike 1.
Jackson second on the team in doubles with 5.
And he has got a big gaping hole in right center field. Next pitch catches the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-2.
That had not seen yet.
So Mcrae 1 strike away from getting out of a first and third kind of jam. Chopped foul towards the Warrior dugout.
That was an emergency swing. He almost hit that out of the glove of Harris, the catcher.
You can get away with that when somebody throws an off-speed pitch up there. Probably got more of the plate than Mcrae really wanted.
Now, interesting to see what Coach Leonasio decides to do here with Paz, the runner at first, in an 0-2 count. Got very good speed at third.
Mcrae deals and misses away. And down goes Paz, and he's going to get a stolen base on a delayed steal. I'm not sure.
Well, I think he was going to try to draw the throw from Harris, and Harris reacted very slowly to Paz taking off, and then by the time he recognized it was too late to throw down to second base. So now the Warriors have 2 runners in scoring positions with 2 outs for Jackson.
Pitch is lined into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. 1 run scores. Here comes Alexis Paz. And Dylan Jackson comes through with a 2-strike, 2 RBI single with 2 outs. And the Warriors on top 2-0.
Little deuces wild there in the stolen base. The delayed steal gets Stanislaus an extra run. And the Warriors, something they struggled at times to do last weekend in East Bay, especially the last 2 games, get a big 2-out RBI single and jump out to a 2-0 lead.
So for Jackson, that's RBI number 8 and 9. It's going to bring Matty Elser to the plate. Elser hitting .255, no homers, 14 RBIs. First pitch swinging, and he fouls it back over the Golden Valley Health Center broadcast booth.
Well, another walk scores. Again, only the 3rd walk allowed all year by Mcrae, and it bites him, and he is behind 2-0.
1-strike pitch. Swung on and lifted into left center field. That's going to find some green grass. Holding at second base is Jackson, and Matty Elser drops a nice little base hit into left field.
We call that a thang.
Wasn't hit hard, wasn't hit high, wasn't hit on the line, but it found grass in the outfield. You find grass in the outfield, you've done something right. Humpback liner, I don't know what you call it.
It was a thang.
It was a thang. So that's the 3rd hit of the inning, and now Eric Bolton has a chance to make this one really hurt. Runners in scoring position with 2 down. Big right-handed catcher. Lifts one high in deep center field. Now coming in as a center fielder. He's not going to get there. It drops in front of him. And coming in to score is Dylan Jackson. Over to third base is Elser and Eric Bolton. I think I got fooled just as bad as Kyle Gallart did. He started to go back. I thought he needed to go way back, and that ball just died and came in medium deep center field.
Well, I think what happened, Eric, is that came right off the end of the bat. It was a big swing by Bolton, but it hit right off the end of the bat. And you got fooled, Gallart got fooled, I got fooled. I thought that was going to be hit to fairly deep center field, and Gallart was going to have to get on his horse, and it just didn't go anywhere.
And now the Warriors have a 3-0 lead, and Grant Victor to the plate. Victor takes a strike. That is a beautiful pitch, inside half at the knees. Even if you wanted to, you're not going to do anything with it. And that's kind of been Victor's season. Swings and loops it into center field. This time, Guerra's got a beat on it and makes the catch. And the side's retired. Not until the Warriors put a 3 spot on the board. Love those crooked numbers. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors. There were 2 runners left on. We've played 1 full. Stanislaus 3, Monterey nothing. We'll be right back after this.
Ulrich Real Estate has been serving the Turlock community for nearly a decade, and they specialize in residential, commercial, and ag real estate and are one of the top producing agents in the valley. Working in a broker-direct relationship means lower commissions and the opportunity to buy or sell your property quickly and at a good price. Troy is a lifelong Turlock resident and can be reached at 678-5325. That's 678-5325. Or online at ulrichrealestate.com. Ulrich Real Estate, providing expert real estate brokerage services in a simplified, down-to-earth way.
Welcome back to Warrior Baseball Field. It is a 3-0 Stanislaus lead as Ryland Tinsley's been staked to a nice little lead here as we head to the top of the second inning. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for Monterey Bay. It'll be Nasuti, Guerra, and Bachand to face Tinsley. So 2 2-out hits, Eric. Plate 3 runs in that bottom of the first inning. We talked about Monterey being a team that scores early when they get rolling. Well, Stanislaus able to take advantage of a walk, and then a couple balls hit hard and a couple balls not hit very hard that found the green grass out there, and they jump out to a 3-0 lead.
Warm-up pitch is done for Tinsley, and now he'll see if he can come back with that shutdown inning that he has been so successful at.
It is down in the
it's now
Monterey
down in the
bullpen.
Monterey bullpen. It is a wildlife Friday night.
Well, you know what, Eric? I would almost expect, based upon where Monterey Bay is in Seaside and the area there, that way you would expect maybe to see more of a fox there.
No.
Not here in the middle of downtown.
I'm trying to figure out where it came from. Okay. Well,
I'm sure every otter's going to be super excited to go down to that pen and get loose, especially the catchers.
I look like I'm not an expert. I'm not a wildlife, but it looks like a red fox. It was cute.
Chelsea's working the board tonight, and so she's just adding little things that nobody else can hear.
And the fox was cute.
So we'll let Chelsea, give us your little take on the fox. You mean college student? What kind of fox is that?
It was a cute little red fox. It had like a fluffy tail. It was so cute. It was really small. I've never seen like that small of a fox before. When you said that, I was like, wow, okay, that's what it looks like.
You know, it's you see something new at the ballpark every day, huh?
Yeah.
Charlie Nasuti was the hitter, and as we were talking about Tinsley, we didn't get a chance to talk about Nasuti, who came up and drove a 1-1 fastball into right field. He's hitting .351, and now Kyle Guerra comes up.
And Nasuti going to stay in the ball game. Whatever caused the hitch in his giddy up, they seem to have figured it out.
That ball's hit in the air, shallow center field. On the run hard is the center fielder Bunker, but it's the second baseman, Alexis Paz, who gets out there and gets it. And Bryan, I'm being fooled tonight. I thought that was going to be just a can of corn to center field, but it ended up being maybe 15 feet on the grass.
Well, and I think, again, that one off the hands, I think you're getting fooled by the swing, which I get fooled by the swing all the time. And these are two pitchers that know how to get off the barrel of the bat, and we've seen that thus far. And Paz made a nice play. Bunker wasn't going to get there.
No. Bachand stands in. Bachand looking for a hit, looking for an average. He takes strike one. For Bachand, he has played in 6 games. He started 1. He's 0 for 5 on the season. He's got a walk and a strikeout. Bachand takes low.
That's a nice stop by Bolton because those are the free 90s you do not want to give up. You still got the double play in order here with the runner at first and 1 out. But those little mistakes, just like Stanislaus getting the delayed steal on Paz where not good communication, Otters defensively, allowed him to get in scoring position and then scored on the base hit by Jackson.
Swung on and missed as Tinsley took a little something off of that. Actually wasn't missed, foul tipped into Bolton's glove. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bachand steps back in, the right-hander. Waits on Tinsley. Tinsley rocks, deals. That's fouled off into the backstop. on deck. Jacob Martin. So Bashand and then Martin.
Last year, Bashand hit 273, Eric. He was 3 for 11, scored a couple of runs, had a couple starts. And again, he's been pressed into action with Kyle Dean out. We don't know what the issue is. We just know that he is not here. He did not play the final 3 games in the Chico State Series.
So Bashand waits. Tinsley delivers. Nice pitch called strike 3. Just locked him up.
Almost had some late movement back onto the inside corner. Bashand gave up on it, thought it was going to be inside. Some late tailing action from the left-hander. Caught the inside corner. That's the first strikeout for Tinsley.
Our first baseman is Jacob Martin. He stands in. He's hitting .237. Homer, 9 RBIs. Left-handed hitter with 2 down and a runner on first. Pitch misses wide towards the Stanislaus dugout side of the plate. A ball and a strike. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Tinsley deals. That's chopped at the plate, foul. So, Bryan, I don't know if the Fox escaped or if it's just kind of parked down there in the corner where we can't see.
Well, we'll find out how quickly.
And foxes aren't dangerous. They're not going to.
No.
It's not coyotes. It's not wolves.
Well, I'm not too worried about coyotes. Wolves, that would be a concern.
Pitch is chopped first base side and foul.
We have coyotes all the time at our ranch
Yeah,
properties.
but they travel impacts don't really like them.
No, but
their strength in numbers.
They're not going to hurt people.
Oh, they might.
But if you've got, you got your dog out there,
a
or
rabid coyote, I'm just saying he might decide he's hungry.
Usually they like to run. They run the other way.
The lefty Tinsley deals, check swing. Yes, he did. No, he didn't. I got confused. Bill Shortridge just pointed out towards Klein, who made the call that he did not swing. 2-2.
I didn't think he went. I thought he was able to hold up.
I thought he was signaling yes, he did, and was going to ring him up. I'm way off tonight in what I'm thinking is going on versus what I'm going on. I'm not even sure I saw the Fox now.
No, we all can agree that we
figment of my imagination.
did see the Fox.
Tinsley checks the runner. Elser behind him. Slow curveball hangs up high, and the count goes full.
And Tinsley hasn't snapped off that real good breaking ball yet. He's pretty much been fastball, slider here so far. And now Nasuti will get a head start. We'll see how well he's able to run.
Ball's hit in the air, center field. Jace Gardner is going to be there. That's the can of corn to center field we're talking about. Grant Bunker is there, makes the catch, and the side is retired in the inning. There were no runs on a hit, no errors, 1 runner left. Go to the bottom of the second. Warriors with a 3-run lead. It's 3-0 Stanislaus.
Looking for something to do, places to go, and things to see in the Turlock area? Turlock Direct magazine features local companies, advertises fantastic events, and contains coupons of all kinds. If you live in the Turlock-Denair area, a Turlock Direct magazine lands in your mailbox. Look for your copy every month. Interested in advertising to 30,000 addresses? Check out their website at turlockdirect.com or call Jamie at 675-7636. Turlock Direct magazine. Every mailbox, every month.
Well, Ethan Mcrae going to try to put a 0 up after he gave up 3 runs in the bottom half of the first inning. I want to remind you that tomorrow night is senior night at the Fitz as the Warriors will take on arch rival Chico State. Women's game will begin at 5:30. Eric will be on the air with former all-conference guard Rihanna Harden at 5:15 for the pregame show for the women as they will try to figure out whether they will be the 4, the 5, the 6, or the 7 seed on Tuesday night.
The only thing we know is they're in.
They're in.
They could be
and they're
in
not the 8 seed. That's all. Those are the 2 things we know. So Chico State and Stanislaus will battle. The Warriors beat Chico State earlier this year. That was quite a bit earlier, like 3 months ago.
Long time before the calendar even turned. Mcrae facing the number 9 batter, Jacob Garcia, and Garcia takes a strike. Garcia, the Warriors' right fielder, a number 9 hitter hitting .314 with 2 homers. He has done a great job as the sophomore. been playing good defense out there too. And that one's hit high, center field. Coming in is Gallart. Now the left fielder comes over in front of him, Bashand, and he'll make the catch. And there's one away. From the looks of it tonight, it is going to take a poke to get the ball out of this park. Graham Bunker comes in. He grounded out to third base in his first at-bat. He chops it foul, and it heads towards the Warrior dugout. Grant gets back in to the box. Fastball misses outside. A 1-1. Warriors parlayed 4 hits in the last inning into 3 runs. That ball is in the dirt, blocked, but it's goalie kicked over to the Warrior dugout again. 2 balls and a strike. Grant swings, pops it up, foul territory, drifting foul and out of play down the right side. Bunker right now hitting .298. He has dipped below 300 for the first time this year. That pitch misses way outside, not even close, 3-2. When you miss that far away, you're not making the batter make a decision. You're allowing him to just sit back and say, that's not even close. Mcrae's pitch is fouled off and out of play down the right side. So Bunker, .298. He's got a slugging percentage of .526. On base percentage of .425. Bunker takes up high. And that's what I thought was ball 4, but evidently it's ball 3.
Kind of goes with the way the theme's been tonight so far, huh?
Yeah. That is ball 4, people. Evidently not. And nobody thinks it's ball 4, so there's another pitch, and that's fouled over the backstop and over our position.
Oh, this is interesting, Eric. Already 42 pitches thrown by Ethan Mcrae, 1 out into the bottom of the second on the first game of a 4-game series.
Next pitch, chopped to third base once again. Rubottom is there. His throw across to Martin is in time. And for the second time tonight, Grant Bunker grounds out 5-3. 2 away. Zach Jones comes up. He started the rally in the first inning with a 1-out walk. Pushed to second on a hit by Jace Gardner, and to third on a fielder's choice, and then scored on the 2-run single by Dylan Jackson. The lefty waits, swings and hits it in the air, out of play, left side.
You know, Jones, who started the year, and the Warriors faced a lot of left-handed pitching early. Coach Leonasio stayed with Jones in the 8th spot at the time, and he is hitting .364 this year against lefties.
Ball's in the dirt, and everybody is groaning about something in here.
And I don't think it has anything to do with the Fox.
I don't either. Oh. Well. Fan clumsiness is
No,
an
I
issue.
think it was actually Stanislaus player clumsiness.
Oh. Well,
but it was
there
an
you go.
unidentified player.
Well, let's keep it that way. Protect their dignity. 2 balls and a strike to Jonesy. Mcrae to the plate. And that's fouled off, heading towards that parking lot again. He wants to take out a windshield a game. That's his goal.
Realize this year Zach Jones hitting .538 with 2 outs. That's pretty good.
That's not bad. Jones waits, and he delivers a single into right field with 2 outs. Jones just pulled that ball through the hole.
You know, if I'd have said that in basketball and he was shooting, 75, 80% from the free throw line, he'd have clanked it.
Yeah, no, not.
But in baseball, it's just the reverse.
Not in baseball. Warriors' 5th hit, now Chase Gardner. And it sounds like Chase, but it really is Jace, Jayce, for those of you who may be listening for the first time. The Warriors left fielder. He had a base knock his first time. Runner goes, throw up high, and it's in time to get Zach Jones.
Well, we said they could throw guys out.
Jonesy thrown out trying to steal second base, and he doesn't argue about it, comes running right off the field. And that's how the inning ends. So in the inning, there were no runs on a hit, no errors, and nobody left on. We've played 2 full. Stanislaus stayed on top 3-0. We'll be right back.
The newest and most exciting entertainment center to hit Turlock in like forever. 10 Pin Fun Center. Here's what they got.
A game arcade.
Public and private bowling lane.
2-story laser tag stadium.
Deadwood Social Restaurant and Bar.
Party rooms and event packages for kids.
The Skybox private room for special events.
The beer garden with bocce ball and fire pit.
Call to book your next family or corporate event. 209-850-8500. Or visit them on the web at 10pinfun.com. 10 Pin Fun Center. 3700 Countryside Road. Turlock's newest and best entertainment venue.
Welcome back, everybody. We are at Warrior Ball Field tonight on a Friday night. Kicking back, watching some baseball. It is your 11-3 Stanislaus State Warriors hosting the Monterey Bay Otters from the beautiful Bayside town of Monterey. Stanislaus on top, 3-0. Being some rather rude hosts so far. 3 runs on 5 hits, no errors. No runs on 1 hit, no errors for the Otters. Hey, is the fox a natural predator of the otter? Maybe maybe the fox got wind that there'd be about 25 otters around, and he thought dinner's easy.
I've never thought of foxes being, ocean-like. So
who knows?
I'm thinking no.
Well, you said they'd most likely be found over there, so
I don't know. Chris Rubottom going to lead it off for Monterey Bay against Ryland Tinsley, and the first pitch is poured in there for strike 1. Rubottom hitting .265 with 5 RBIs. Rubottom had a number change today, 6'1", 180-pound junior from Long Beach. Pitch is lashed fouled off to the right side out of play, and Tinsley quickly out in front 0-2. It'll be Rubottom, Harris, and then back to the top of the order, and Lindemann. Again, the Otters playing without their best player, Kyle Dean. He's missed his 4th game in a row. Fastball on the outside corner, called strike 3. Second strikeout for Tinsley, both looking, and Rubottom is out number 1.
What I like about that is that was the perfect pitch. He was the batter was thinking something off speed, something breaking. He came fastball, but kept it just off just right on the black on the outside.
Hunter Harris will be the batter. Harris hitting a 176 with a couple RBIs, but you can see why he is playing, because he gunned down Zach Jones trying to steal, then bottom of the 2nd inning. First pitch is a fastball poured in there for a strike. Harris, who last year hit 195 with a home run in 41 at-bats.
He only played in one of the games against Stanislaus where he went 1 for 4 in that one.
Pitch misses a little high, 1-1. And then he did also play, Eric, in the tournament game and went 1 for 4. So he is 2 for 8. See how quickly I did that math?
He's a machine. 6'0", 6 foot, 180-pounder. He's a senior.
1-1 pitch at the knees. Strike 2. And Tinsley a little bit more fluid here in this 3rd inning.
Without a doubt, I think the deeper he goes into the game, you're starting to see him develop into one of those pitchers that if you don't get him early, you're going to have a hard time until he starts to run out of gas. And Ryland is in good shape. He doesn't run out of gas early.
Pitch is lined into center field for a base hit. We tried to come inside and left it out a little bit over the plate, and Harris dug it out and drove it into center field for a 1-out single. Second hit for the Otters. We'll go back to the top of the order and chase Lindemann. Lindemann walked in the first to lead off the ball game.
You really didn't want to put the number 9 hitter on base when you've got 404, 365, 357 coming up behind him.
No, it isn't interesting how another sub-200 hitter in the 9 hole, though he's not a middle infielder, gets a base hit. We've done this, for 9 years now?
It's just uncanny.
Harris with a very short lead, and Lindemann,
wow,
that was not a good swing. I don't know if he was fooled or what, but that was not a great hack.
It was late and chopped at. It wasn't even swung at.
I think if you're Lindemann, you're fortunate you missed it. Because if he'd have hit it, it would have probably been a couple hopper to a middle infielder and an inning-ending double play. Fastball on the outside corner, strike 2. And this is what Tinsley did the first time Lindemann was up. 0-2, and then he threw 4 straight wide ones.
And right now, Ryland's showing pretty good command, and he is hitting the glove. Wherever Bolton is putting it, he's hitting it. That allows Shortridge to want to call strikes.
That fastball misses outside, kind of pops out of Bolton's glove, but just rolls a couple feet away. Harris, catcher. We'll call it catcher speed.
Enough said.
Yeah. Elser holding him on, but Harris's lead is not very big. I think Maddie could actually reach out and shake his hand without stretching too far. That slider misses outside 2-2. And Tinsley, though he's been good tonight, not able to get that breaking ball over really at all. He's had to do it primarily with the fastball and that slider. That curveball has not been there so far. 2-2 pitch. Fastball is lashed foul. Look out, everybody, down the left field side.
That was another kind of an emergency swing.
Again, almost took it out of the glove of Bolton. We'll give you the dimensions here at Warrior Baseball Field in just a moment. For those of you that have not been here before or first time watching on Warrior TV, curious what the dimensions are. 2-2 pitch is fouled off the fists, out of play. It is 335 down each line, 370 to the alleys, 390 to dead center. Sounds pretty basic, right? But as a 4-foot fence down the left field line, goes to an 8-foot fence straightaway left field, stays that way all the way to straightaway right field, where it jumps up to 12 feet at the out-of-town scoreboard, 16 feet at the clock, and that pitch is lashed foul over the head of the third base coach. And Lindemann and Tinsley having themselves a little battle here.
Lindemann just slapping at it now, trying to stay alive. And doing a very good job.
Well, you look at it, Lindemann this year struck out 3 times in 52 at-bats. You now see why. He's taken a lot of swing at it. He's just trying to put the bat on the ball. There's a breaking ball. Looped out into right field, coming in as Garcia towards the line. He will get there. He will make the catch for out number 2.
And that's what happens when you get ahead in the count. You don't have to come in and challenge, and you can get – you got a good hitter like Lindemann chasing your pitches, right? And as long as you don't make a mistake, you've got a good chance that they're going to hit a tough pitch and not do much damage.
Freshman shortstop Brady Miguel will be the batter with 2 out and Harris still at first base. Miguel, who was an all-conference player last year in high school, true freshman starting at shortstop. And the pitch is taken for a strike. I mean, that's impressive. Remember, Monterey started the season, Eric, ranked 18th in the country. And you got a true freshman playing shortstop. Most important defensive position other than catcher probably on the field. Tells you the confidence Coach White has in his young freshman Miguel. 5'8", 165-pounder from Hollister, nearby. Went to San Benito High School. And that is a slow chopper to the right side. Tinsley's going to come off the mound. He's going to roll. It's going to kick off his glove, and everybody's going to be safe. Tinsley probably would have been better off picking it up with his bare hand and flipping it. Instead, he tried to glove it, and Miguel will be at first. We'll see how they score it.
Or just glove it and tag the runner.
Yeah. Elser kind of got caught in between, was afraid it was too far, nobody was going to be able to get to first base. Miguel showed some good speed, and now with Dean out of the lineup, the Otters' best hitter comes to the plate in Coco Figueiredo.
Figueiredo hit into an inning-ending double play his first at-bat.
So first threat for the Otters.
And they give him an infield base hit on that.
It was not an easy play. But it gets a play if you ask Ryland.
He'd love to have that back. He may have been a little late getting off the hill, too.
Fastball at the belt, taken for a strike, 0-1.
He's faced 5 batters in this inning. He's gone strike 1 on every one of them.
Last year, Figueiredo was an all-conference honorable mention. Hit .324 with 4 homers and 32 RBIs. He really enjoyed hitting against Stanislaus last year.
Yes, he did. 7 for 12 in the series. He had an RBI, 5 runs scored, struck out twice, walked.
And he went 3 for 4 against Tinsley. So he sees Ryland very, very well. Now, the fortunate thing for the Warriors with Dean out, Dean also had 3 hits against Tinsley and had a monster year last year against Stanislaus. That fastball misses down and in, 1-1.
First real threat that Monterey's been able to put together.
So a 2-strike hit by the 9-hitter and a swinging buntish-like play off the bat of Miguel.
Buntish-like play.
It was. It rolled up the side. What would you call it?
Buntish-like, evidently.
Pitch misses outside, 2-1.
Buntish-like.
Hey,
that's kind of.
It has been a long.
Is it a buntish-like cake? Can you have a buntish-like cake?
No, it's a bunt cake.
It's either a bunt cake or it's not.
The point being, it was like a drag bunt you would have wanted it to have, except Miguel swung at it.
Only a tired man would get in an argument with me over something so meaningless.
Pitch is driven out into center field. Now coming in is Bunker. He will get there, he will wait, and he will make the catch. And the side is retired for Monterey Bay here in the top of the third. No runs, a couple hits, no errors, 2 runners left on base. We're going to head to the bottom of inning number 3. It's the Warriors 3 and the Otters nothing.
In today's culture, we all work hard and play hard, which means our bodies hurt. Sometimes we need a place to relax, rejuvenate, help manage our pain, and recover from another active sports weekend. The Recovery Lab in Turlock is just the place. Featuring ice baths, the Normatec leg system, Mark Pro pulsation, and the new cryotherapy chamber, the Recovery Lab has everything you need to get your body back to its peak performance. The lab is located at 330 Crane Avenue in Turlock and is open Sunday through Friday. For more information or to schedule a one-on-one consultation, call 209-250-2555 or check them out on Facebook and Instagram at KW Recovery Lab. The Recovery Lab in Turlock, helping you recover as hard as you train.
Another big weekend for Blue Chip Broadcasting. It starts tonight with a baseball game here at Warrior Ball Field. Then tomorrow, busy day. Got a doubleheader baseball game for you that starts at noon, aired at 1. Air at 12:45 for game 1, game 2 to follow. Later in the evening at 5:30, the women's basketball team takes the court at the Fitz, followed by the men's basketball game. So go ahead, tune us in a little bit before 1, and don't take us off until after 10.
And you won't have to listen to me at all.
Bryan won't be here. I'll be doing one of the baseball games. Then I'll have substitutes helping me do game 2. Brad Brink and Coach Larry Johnson will take over game 2 here, and then I'll have Rihanna Harden helping me.
As the first pitch to Jace Gardner is taken at the knees. Strike 1.
For the first game of that doubleheader over at the Fitz. And then I am flying solo, baby.
Breaking ball misses outside. So Eric will have been on the air for about 8 hours by the time he will be all alone.
And do you know what you're going to owe me? And if it's not you, you talk to your cousin because he owes me.
Yeah.
Somebody owes me.
How about some grapes or some peaches or some almonds? Pitch misses low.
Hey, all I know, I don't care how they pay, somebody owes me.
Maybe I'll bring some wedding cake back with me.
Now you're getting warm.
Yep. You can have the favor, whatever it might be.
Gee, thanks.
2-1 pitch misses out inside, 3-1. I will be at a family wedding tomorrow, so I will be unavailable.
I'm sitting here whining, and poor Hung is looking over here like, what are you crying about? I got all that plus track and field and tennis and golf all at the same time. I juggle.
Pitch is grounded to third, picked up by Rubottom. Throw across the diamond in time to get Gardner for out number 1. Hunk's like, that's a normal every Saturday for me. At least seems like for the month of February.
Quit your crying is what he says.
So we talked about the women. They could be anywhere from 4 to 7 based upon what happens. If you're a Stanislaus State women's basketball fan, you're rooting hard tomorrow for San Bernardino to pick up that, 5th win of the year?
Yeah.
Maybe 6?
Like, that's likely.
Yeah. Alexis Paz, who reached on a field choice, stole a base and scored, lines one right to the shortstop, Miguel, and quickly there are 2 away.
He lined it, but it was at the end of the bat, and nothing has sounded right off of either of these teams' bats tonight.
2 away, and Dylan Jackson will be the batter. Jackson with the big hit of the night, a 2-strike, 2-out base hit into right center field, scored 2 runs, and then Jackson came around to score on the Bolton RBI single. And the first pitch from Mcrae is taken at the knees, strike 1. Jackson now hitting .462 against left-handed pitching, which is impressive as that pitch misses outside 1-1, except the fact that Jackson is a left-handed hitter, which makes it even that much more impressive.
Picked up 2 RBIs in his first at-bat against the left-handed.
Pitch misses outside, 2-1.
But that's one of the things. The Warriors saw so much left-handed pitching early, and left-handed hitters like Jones and Jackson, they got a lot of reps.
Pitch is pop foul out of play, 2-2. And the other thing is, in the fall and in the month of January, they saw a lot of left-handed pitching because the Warriors have so many left-handed and really good left-handed pitching.
It just goes to one of my philosophies.
2-2 pitch is looped down the left field side, chasing after his left fielder. He's not going to get it as Bichon. It'll land fair. And Dylan Jackson has another 2-out, 2-strike hit. He is now 2 for 2. And Matty Elser will be the batter.
That was just a little bloop shot down the line. I was saying, my theory is I think the lefty-righty thing is a little overblown because if you give left-handers enough reps against left-handers and they get accustomed to seeing left-handers, they'll be able to hit left-handers just as good as they do right-handers.
And some left-handed hitters actually do better because they keep the front shoulder in, knowing they can't fly open because the breaking ball is going to break away from them. Elser, who had a single his first time up, is going to roll one very slowly to the right side, chasing after his second baseman, Figueredo. He is going to actually try to backdoor Jackson at second, and Matty Elser has himself a very slow-rolling infield base hit.
So if the Warriors cash in here, both of those balls, if you were looking at exit velocity on either one of those balls, I think it's probably sub the speed limit.
Yeah, the speed limit on Christopherson, which is like 45.
It was just not hit hard.
So now Eric Bolton, who had an RBI single his first time up on a ball that wasn't hit terribly hard. You know, they're not pounding the baseball here against Mcrae.
They got 7 hits, though. It sure looks like they are. Looks like they're beating the ball all over the ballpark.
But really, it's a lot of balls landing in front of outfielders.
That 7 looks like 7 line drives.
Bolton hits a high foul off to the right.
But you heard that, though.
Yeah,
that
had a better sound. It had a better sound than the one he hit that landed in front of the center fielder, Gallart. So Jackson, the runner at second. Elser, the runner at first. Not a tremendous amount of speed out there, but there are 2 outs. So runners will be moving on contact. Fastball taken for a strike, and now Bolton quickly behind in the count 0-2.
You see what I'm talking about with Shortridge? The strike zone is a little bit more up than what we typically see.
Usually he is a knees, just below the knees guy, but not a lot of width.
Tonight, you touch the bottom of the numbers and you're in good shape.
So Bolton going to have to battle here down 0-2. And then Mcrae steps off and asks Harris to go through the signs once again.
Bolton got off to a little bit of a slow start with the bat. He's raised his average all the way back up to 283.
And Bolton hitting 385, Eric, with runners on base. And it's going to hit him. And Bolton gets hit early and often. That is the 9th time Bolton has been hit. And it will load the bases for Grant Victor. And you don't, you never want to hit a guy, but you really don't ever want to hit a guy up 0-2.
Well, you don't want to give a guy who's hitting sub 100 an opportunity to see the ball, hit the ball, and get one of those base hits when he's a good hitter, because you know there are hits coming.
Victor last year against Monterey, Eric, went 10 for 23 with 2 doubles, 4 RBIs, and scored 6 runs. And he takes a fastball in the inside corner, strike 1. And he seems like he's getting the most perfect pitches to him.
It never fails. And when you're struggling, you're always behind an account. And that's where he sees himself already.
And right now, if you're Victor, I'm just going to try to just hit a nice soft little line drive to the right side. There's a huge hole over there. And he's going to shoot one to the right field. It's going to be a long run for the right fielder, Lindemann, but he will not get it as it will land foul. And now Victor behind in the count 0-2. So Grant, and we've talked about this, I feel like we talked about this now for the last 3 weeks. Yep. He just really could use a base hit. in a situation like this. And now with 2 strikes and 2 outs. Granted, it's just been a real struggle. 3 for 33. This is a guy last year that hit 333.
Yeah, those are numbers you'd really like to change around a little bit.
0-2 count, bases loaded, 2 outs. He's going to line one into center field, but it's going to be right at the center fielder, Gallart. Moves a couple steps to his left, and he makes the catch.
Hardest hit ball of the inning.
And the Warriors lead them loaded. No runs, couple of hits, no errors. The Warriors lead the bases full. We've completed 3 here in Turlock. It's Stanislaus State 3, Monterey nothing.
When the game's over and you're looking for a place to hang out with your friends, who doesn't like pizza and beer? Right across the street, Pizza Factory, located on West Monte Vista Avenue, just across from Stan State University. A great place to hang out. Serving fresh pizzas, salads, pasta, and wings, and now featuring the new Beer Wall. The Beer Wall, where they're serving domestic classic and specialty microbrews. They have daily specials, multiple big screen TVs, video games for the kids, and a party room for large groups. They've got it all. Call in your order at 634-5000 or find coupons and order online at pizzafactory.com. Pizza Factory in Turlock. We toss them. They're awesome.
We are going to the top of the 4th inning here at Warrior Ball Field. Stanislaus hanging on to a 3-run lead. It's 3-0. And let's take a look around the league and see what's going on the diamond throughout the CCAA. And we'll start in San Marcos, where Sonoma State paid a visit to San Marcos. Sonoma State won game 1, 12-3. And then San Marcos held on and beat Sonoma 10-8 in the nightcap. So they played 2 today, and they split the doubleheader.
And they'll play 2 tomorrow too, Eric. I guess there is quite a system that's coming through the San Diego area on Sunday morning, and so they want to get those games in.
Okay. So you go down from San Marcos. We're going to take a trip up to Chico State, where the Wildcats took a 3-2 win from East Bay as the Pioneers drop their 3rd game of the CCAA slate.
Winning run scored on the bottom of the 8th inning on a 2-out base hit off the bat of JT Navarro after a wild pitch with 2 outs. Moved the runner into scoring position. Well, it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters, Nasuti, Gallart, and Bashan to face Tinsley. Nasuti ripped a single down the right field side and then pulled something as the first pitch is taken high, ball 1.
San Bernardino is hosting Cal Poly Pomona tonight. They're in the top of the 4th there with no score.
A little bit of a surprise. Just that it's scoreless. The San Bernardino team that has really struggled so far.
Cal State LA and Dominguez Hills.
Fastball taken for a strike, 1-1.
They match up in a game of neighbors at Cal State LA, and it's Dominguez Hills 3-1 in the top of the 4th. And the ever-dangerous UC San Diego website, if it freezes my computer, I'll be really upset. UCSD 3-0 over San Francisco in the 4th.
Nasuti fouls one back behind the Golden Valley Health Center broadcast booth, and Tinsley's out in front 1-2. Nasuti last year is a transfer from Purdue University. Last year he hit 182 with 7 RBIs in 18 starts. Bet
he's having a much better year.
Warmer.
Yeah, he's having a much better year this year.
1-2 pitch was a fastball, misses up and away, 2-2.
It's a vocal.
Yeah, somebody's very.
It's either that or they're getting bit by the fox. I'm not sure.
Well, that would be a problem. 2-2 pitch from Tinsley. Fastball misses just up and off the plate, and the count goes full, 3-2. So Nasuti, who has been a guy that has really swung the bat well for Monterey Bay this year in the cleanup spot. Fastball driven out into right center field, chasing after his bunker. Chill's still chasing it. He will get there just short of the track and make the catch just in front of the Starbucks coffee sign. And that's out number 1.
Hardest hit ball of the night right there. Nasuti gave it a ride.
That's a ball, Eric, that probably on Sunday when the wind is blowing could be interesting.
I'd say Saturday when the air's not quite so heavy.
And the wind is blowing, especially in the second game of the doubleheader. So now Kyle Guerra will be the batter. Guerra popped out to shallow center field. Alexis Paz, the Warriors second baseman, went out and made the catch. The first pitch, left-handed batter, is taken for a strike. Last year, Kyle Guerra only started 15 games, hit 186 with a home run and 11 RBIs. Fastball taken for a strike, 0-2. The interesting part, Eric, is that 2 years ago he was an all-conference honorable mention, hit 390, and then had a hard time getting in the lineup.
Yeah. Got off to a good start this year. Against Stanislaus, he struggled. He played in 3 games, went 1 for 6.
0-2 pitch from Tinsley is called strike 3. That is a delayed strike 3 call by Bill Shortridge. Third strikeout for Tinsley, all looking. And now Troy Bachand will be the batter. Bachand was the first strikeout victim as he went down in the second.
That was a delayed strike. And yet, I think Bolton knew it. He must have said something because Bolton had already thrown it to third base before we saw the arm ring him up.
Bachand, right-handed hitter, swings at a high fastball and doesn't get it. Strike 1. Did you see that first Giants telecast? First, I think, ever Giants telecast spring training in February tonight.
I did not see that.
Yes.
Didn't know it was the first ever.
Pitch is popped up, foul, right side, drifting out of play, chasing after it is Elser, but he will run out of room.
You know what I've noticed about Matty Elser? Now that he's not catching, he's running a little better.
Yeah, he ran a little quicker.
Yeah, he is.
A little more explosion in those legs when you only catch 7 innings a weekend instead of 27.
I think Hung could give him a run for his money.
I would pay to watch that.
It'd be close, but
I would pay to watch that. 0-2 pitch. Misses low, 1-2. And we're going with Bachand because we didn't get a pronunciation guide.
I think it's the more highbrow approach.
It sounds a little more eloquent. And, and Monterey is close to Carmel, which is...
Let's go with Bachand.
Pitch is fouled off the hands, out of play over the Golden Valley Health Center broadcast booth, and we'll stay at 1-2.
I think we're going to get a pronunciation guide here because you know who's on the job.
Bachand. Good job, Eric. One-two pitch. Changeup just got a piece to Bachand. I mean, just. He literally almost jumped out of the batter's box to try to get a piece of that on that swing. Tinsley had to work hard in this inning, even though it's only been the third batter. He has thrown almost 20 pitches, I believe, in this inning. Fastball misses outside, 2-2.
Change the eyesight, change the eye line, the vision.
That is the 66th pitch for Tinsley here in the fourth. You'd like him to be at 60 at the end of this inning. The one thing Monterey's done, they've made him throw pitches. The pitch is popped up on the infield right side. Alexis Paz now backpedaling onto the outfield grass. He will make the catch. And a 1-2-3 inning for Ryland Tinsley. Nothing doing for Monterey here in the fourth. We're going to head to the bottom inning number 4. The Warriors lead the Otters 3-0.
If you own a business, you protect your interest with liability insurance, property and casualty coverage, and of course a workers' comp policy. But are you really totally covered? Did you know that half of all companies reported at least one data breach involving customer and employee information just in the past 12 months? Lori Crivelli of Crivelli Insurance is the leading expert in cyber insurance in the Turlock and Stanislaus area. Call Lori at 209-668-3319 and schedule a free consultation to see how Lori and her staff can help you be prepared for a potential cyber attack at your office. If you're caught with your web firewall down, you'll want Crivelli Insurance on your side. 209-668-3319. Call them today.
Back here in Turlock, it's game 1 of a 4-game series between Stanislaus State and Monterey Bay. Two teams that met in the CCAA tournament last year after the first round. Monterey sent Stanislaus home.
Well, they sent him in the loser's bracket.
The loser's bracket, where they went home in the next game.
And that was a game Monterey dominated, winning 8-2.
Yep.
I believe they hit 3 home runs in that game.
Different year, different team.
And as we said, only 2 guys in the starting lineup tonight for Monterey that were in the starting lineup for that tournament game.
Bryan, there were only 6 guys on the roster that made an appearance in the Stanislaus series last year.
So a very different group. Jacob Garcia lead off. He flew out to left field his first time up, and the first pitch from Mcrae misses outside, ball 1. Now, we talked about Tinsley. He is at 66 pitches, 67 pitches through 4. This will be pitch number 70 for Mcrae, and we're 2 pitches in to the 4th inning. And that foul ball got a piece of somebody.
I think he got a piece of Shortridge.
He's going to go take a walk and try to walk it off. That one hurt. It was an inside fastball, and Garcia fouled it off, and I think it got a lot of Bill Shortridge and may have got a little piece of Hunter Harris,
well,
too.
Harris reached out trying to see how he was doing as Shortridge walked by, kind of walking it off. Don't let him see you cry kind of a thing.
1-1 pitch misses outside, 2-1.
Kind of rub some dirt on it.
Garcia, who has been really good in that 9-hole. His last 3 games, he's 6 for his last 14, so 6 for his last 15 with a home run and a couple RBIs. Pitch misses up and away. Ball 3. Last year against Monterey, Garcia went 0 for 6. So he's looking for his first career hit against the Otters.
It will come in this series.
Pitch at the knees, taken for a strike, 3-2. Almost looked like Garcia taken all the way there.
Yeah. The Warriors have got a lot of hits off of Mcrae, but not hard.
3-2 pitch, misses low, ball 4, and it'll be a leadoff walk to the number 9 hitter, Garcia. And what do we know about leadoff walks, especially to the 9 hitter?
They will almost always come back to haunt you.
Go back to the top of the order, and Grant Bunker. Bunker is 0 for 2. He has granted out to third base twice. So Grant in a little bit of a scuffle right now. 2 for his last 19.
Except the ball twice over to Rubottom at third base.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see Grant maybe lay one down. Jones, who swings really well against lefties on deck, and then Gardner, who's been your most consistent hitter.
Well, Bunker with speed, he can beat one out, too.
Absolutely. Squares the bunt, and he pushes it up the first base side. Coming off to get it is Mcrae, and he will lob it over everybody's head down the right field side. Over to third is Garcia. Sliding into second is Bunker. It'll be a sacrifice and a terrible error by Mcrae as he just goosed that over Figueiredo's head down the right field side, and the Warriors have runners at second and third for free.
Well, the reason he goosed it is because the second baseman was late getting over there. He fielded it and went to throw it, and the second baseman wasn't at the bag yet, and he was kind of committed, and so he just kind of pushed it and pushed it way over the top.
So a sacrifice error. So a walk and an error put runners at second and third. Warriors lead 3-0 here, bottom of the 4th, and looking to expand on that lead. Zach Jones takes a fastball for strike 1.
Infield has come in now. The Otters want to cut off every run that they can right now. Don't want to fall any further behind.
Well, and it's interesting. The second baseman, Figueiredo, is still playing back. So if Jones can hit a ground ball to second, he'll get a run in and move the runner over. And that is a beautiful changeup swung on a missed strike 2. And Zach Jones got himself in a hole here, 0-2. Because the interesting is if Jones doesn't get the run in, you can even walk Gardner and set up a double play and get out of this with no damage. That pitch in the dirt gets nice stop by Harris. For a second there, the way Harris turned around and looked at the backstop, I thought it got through him.
He didn't know where the ball was for just that split second.
And it actually was right underneath him.
We all knew where it was.
Well, I couldn't see it because Bill Shortridge's leg was blocking it. But I didn't think I saw it come back to the screen. 1-2, the count to Jones. Pitch in the dirt, nice stop by Harris, 2-2.
Harris got way out into the right-handed batter's box to block that one.
I'll tell you, you've got 2 excellent defensive catchers in this series in Bolton and Harris. Not only can they block balls, but they've got great arms. Garcia the runner, third. Bunker the runner at second. Nobody out. 3-0 Stanislaus, and they are looking to add on here in the bottom of the 4th. 2-2 pitch to Jones. Misses outside, and we've gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, is what Jones did in the first inning.
And now we're at 80 pitches for Ethan Mcrae with nobody out in the bottom of the 4th, and it is dead silent in the outer bullpen. And I'm sure if you're Coach White, you're thinking Mcrae's got to give you 6, 7 at least in the first game. 3-2 pitch is driven to left field. It's going to be right at the left fielder, Bashand. He makes the catch. Tagging is Garcia. He will score as the throw is cut off by the third baseman, Rubottom, and it's a sacrifice fly for Zach Jones, and the Warriors lead 4-0.
And they do the little things right again.
For Jones, that'll be his 16th RBI of the year. He's in second on the team behind Paz, and Jace Gardner will be the batter. Bunker stayed at second base.
Which was smart on the fly ball, the short fly ball to left field.
So Gardner 1 for 2. He has singled and he has grounded to third. And the first pitch is taken for a strike. So the leadoff walk, Eric, we talk about, comes around to score. And we'll see if that ends up being an unearned run or not. Because Garcia would not have been at third if not for the error by Mcrae. Pitch to Gardner on the outside corner, and quickly Mcrae out in front 0-2. And he's thrown 2 perfect pitches to Gardner, both on the outside corner, kind of just above the knees. So Warriors taking advantage of a leadoff walk and an error on a sacrifice bunt. They have scored a run and bunkered the runner at second with 1 out. 0-2 to Gardner. Pitch is popped up foul as that got way too much plate for 0-2.
Yep. And Gardner had a good swing at it to just get it up in the air.
So Gardner trying to battle here behind in the count 0-2. Figueredo literally almost playing right behind second base. Figueredo.
I checked the pronunciation guide.
Thank you for doing that. I apologize to the Figueredo family.
Know your pronunciations for 500, Bob.
0-2 pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, swung on and missed. Harris will have to throw out Gardner, and there are 2 away. So first strikeout for Mcrae.
Boy, did that come at a good time for Mcrae.
And now Alexis Paz will be the batter. Paz has reached on a fielder's choice, stolen the base and scored, and then hit a soft liner to the shortstop, Miguel. So again, the 2-out RBI opportunities for Stanislaus here. See if the Warriors can take advantage.
Again.
First pitch in the dirt. Nice stop by Harris. Ball 1. We're learning our new fancy tool, but we have to figure out how to work the computer to make it happen.
I got it, Bryan.
Oh, and then I mess it up.
Yes, you did.
As soon as you said I got it, I touched it one more time, and that was not good.
Couldn't leave well enough alone, could you?
So Paz, with runners on base, hitting .341. He is the Stanislaus RBI leader with 17. He's going to pop 1 foul off to the right and out of play. 1-1.
Boy, there is a ton of good information on this.
Almost more information than we should probably have.
So he also hits .364 with 2 outs. He hits .500 against left-handed pitchers. This is a high-leverage situation
and you
for
know what
him.
Hung doesn't have to do anymore? Print a bunch of stuff out for us, and then we lose it in our stack.
Amen.
Pitch is low. 2-1. Jackson waits on deck. Jackson, all he's done today is go 2 for 2 with a 2-run single. Because normally you would think base open, powerful right-hand hitter against a left-handed pitcher, kind of pitch around Paz, but
maybe not.
Jackson's had some good swings against Mcrae.
And Paz, Mcrae, taking his time and kind of struggling on the mound. Slowing everything down.
Pitch is driven out into left center field. Going back is Guerra, still going back. He will square up now, and he will make the catch on the track, and the side is retired. For Stanislaus here in the 4th inning, they pick up a run without the benefit of the hit. There was a big error, and there was a runner left on base. We're through 4 here in Turlock. Stanislaus State leads Monterey 4-0.
I'd like to take just a second to talk to everybody out there about Carrie Unternayer Dentistry. My name's Eric Davis, and Carrie has been the dentist for our family for over 4 generations. He's handled braces, he's handled cavities, he's handled cleanings, he's handled major dental work. His office staff is top-notch. Shannon Rodriguez, the office manager, and Itzel Barrera working up at the front desk are terrific. Elizabeth Rojas assists Carrie in all of his procedures. She is awesome. And Jamie Pimentel, she may be the world's greatest hygienist. I love Carrie Unternayer Dentistry and what they have done for my family. You'll love them too.
Welcome back to Warrior Baseball Field. For Stanislaus, it is 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors. For Cal State Monterey Bay, no runs, 3 hits, 1 error as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Doubleheader tomorrow, starting at 1 o'clock on the air at 12:45. Eric will be here for Game 1 with Brad Brink, former Philadelphia Phillies pitcher. And then Brad,
is it okay to ask for an autograph? Or is that
you can.
Nah,
and then Brad and Coach Larry Johnson will bring you Game 2 as Eric will have to head over to the Fitz. I am on assignment tomorrow. I have a family wedding responsibility out of town, so I will be gone.
Oh, you're just going to eat cake.
And other good stuff, too.
That's true.
Now, I am going to show up beforehand, before I have to leave, and get the coaches' interviews done and get everybody set and ready to go.
See how you are?
And I'm going to get the coach interview for tomorrow. I've already got Coach Trev done.
I
try.
See,
I try to make life as easy for you as I can.
Jacob Martin is going to lead it off here in the top of the 5th. And he offers at an inside pitch and fouls it down the right field line. 0-1. Tinsley has been ahead of virtually every hitter here in this ball game. Throwing 68 pitches, 45 of them for strikes.
I think you'd love to see him have with the bottom third of the order, a quick, low-pitch inning.
Yep.
Last inning was 3 up, 3 down. It just wasn't quick.
Fastball misses away. 1-1.
You know, we talked about the fact that the Stan State women's basketball team's in the conference tournament, and they'll be either the 4, the 5, the 6, or the 7 seed. The men's is a little simpler.
They're in, and they're 5 or 6. It's a lot simpler, Brian.
We just don't know who they're going to play yet and where we're going on Tuesday.
Nice pitch by Tinsley. Took something off of a breaking pitch. Dropped in nicely as Martin thought about pulling the trigger and then didn't, and ends up taking strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes.
If the teams that win tomorrow, that are supposed to win, then we're going to Chico.
Pitch is fouled off the end of the bat, back into the netting.
Go say hi to our friend Mike Baca, which, by the way, did you hear Mike is not coming down for the basketball games tomorrow. He is staying up and doing baseball. Mike Wessels will be the Chico State broadcaster tomorrow. Which is just another reason why we probably should go to Chico on Tuesday. Just say hi to Mike.
There you go. Big breaking ball stays up high. It did have a little bit of a late snap, but it didn't come down into the strike zone. 2-2.
Boy, he just cannot find the feel of that pitch at all tonight.
Yep.
I don't think he's thrown one even close to the strike zone.
Tinsley looks in. Bolton lays down the side. Fastball swung on, lifted left field. Going over to get it is Gardner. He's got room. He'll get there right on the foul line in foul territory. And Jace Gardner makes the catch, and there is 1 away. Ball wasn't hit particularly deep, but Gardner, with good speed, got a good jump on the ball and was able to track it down. That's going to bring up right-handed third baseman Chris Rubottom. Rubottom, 265 coming into the game. He took strike 3 looking. He's 0 for 1.
We're going to remind you tomorrow, the games on BlueChipBroadcasting.com, the radio versions will be Game 1 of the baseball doubleheader.
Big swing and a miss.
And both ends of the basketball doubleheader. It's senior night. Want to get those on the air, both radio and Warrior TV. All 4 games will be on Warrior TV.
Tinsley with 1 out and 1 strike. Just misses inside. Rubottom, he crowns the plate just a little bit. He gets right up there on that batter's box line. 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball misses up high.
Rubottom still looking for his first hit against a left-handed pitcher this year. And the Warriors with 2 lefties starting in this series. Tinsley tonight, Casey Carr tomorrow in the first game of the doubleheader.
Tinsley deals, pitches popped up, and they'll just watch it go fouling out of play. For Rubottom, this is his 11th start, his 12th appearance.
He originally went to Wofford out of high school and then went back and transferred to Long Beach Community College, where last year had a good year. It was all conference, hit 331 with 25 RBIs.
Tinsley away. Full count.
Just a lot of pitches tonight. Nothing quick, nothing easy.
No.
I mean, he scattered 3 hits and a walk, but it just not those quick outs.
Tinsley deals, hit in the air. Left field, coming in is Gardner. Coming in is Bunker, and Grant Bunker actually makes the catch in short left field.
That was hit a mile high and not very deep at all.
I mean, Grant Victor had a shot at it. He could have made that catch too.
Well, I think Paz could have caught that. That was hit so high.
Well, Brian, if you had gotten a good jump from here, you could have got down there and got it.
No, I got flip-flops on tonight. I don't
as
think
high
I
as it was hit.
And as slow as I am?
Number 9 hitter.
Maybe not.
Hunter Harris, the catcher. 2 down, and Harris takes in the dirt ball 1. Harris got a base hit right back up the middle his first time up. He's 1 for 1. Raised his average up to almost 176. That doesn't make sense. He takes a strike because he started the game at 176 and got a base hit.
Well, you know what? These have kind of frozen a little bit.
Yeah,
I'll hit some refresh and see what happens. That's what everybody wants to hear.
There you go. It's 200. I knew he was swung on and fouled off out of play.
Good math knowledge there.
I was guessing. Unlike what I do with name pronunciation. I just guess.
You know that cold, right?
Yeah. Right. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hunter Harris waits. Takes just a little bit high. 2-2.
Hey, we have a coach's wife sighting.
Really?
Yeah, Carrie Leonasio just right below us. Right below the Golden Valley Health Center broadcast
booth. She was
booth.
so sweet. She brought us dinner the other night.
Did she really?
Chicken chili. It was terrific. Pitch taken for called strike 3. And Harris goes down in a 1-2-3 inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. And Rylan Tinsley's got it rolling again after 5, or going to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Warriors 4, Monterey nothing.
Ulrich Real Estate has been serving the Turlock community for nearly a decade, and they specialize in residential, commercial, and ag real estate, and are one of the top producing agents in the valley. Working in a broker-direct relationship means lower commissions and the opportunity to buy or sell your property quickly and at a good price. Troy is a lifelong Turlock resident and can be reached at 678-5325. That's 678-5325. Or online at ulrichrealestate.com. Ulrich Real Estate, providing expert real estate brokerage services in a simplified, down-to-earth way.
Well, we are having fun here at the Golden Valley Health Center broadcast booth here at Stanislaus State University.
It's what should happen on a Friday night.
That's right. Halfway through this one, Stanislaus leads Monterey 4-0.
The question is, Jillian having fun on a Friday night? That's what. Yes.
Yes.
See our scoreboard operators having fun. Hung, are you having fun? Hung is having fun.
Chelsea, you having fun?
Oh, definitely having fun.
And everybody's wondering where the mid, beginning inning hits are with Chelsea. Well, she's had to work extra hard tonight running the board because she's going to be in charge tomorrow when you leave.
Oh,
she's more of an engineer.
Yes.
I'll take it.
And Michaela's doing all the social media. We got the full crew tonight.
There you go. So leading off the bottom of the 5th as the Warriors look to tack on some more. Dylan Jackson, then Maddie Elser, followed by Eric Bolton. And when you put those 3 together, they are a combined 5 for 5 and a hit by pitch.
And 3 RBIs.
That's not a bad night for those 3 guys. So Dylan Jackson, the lefty, stands in. The pitch from the left-handed Mcrae is swung on and fouled off. No balls and a strike.
And that is pitch number 90 for Ethan Mcrae, and there'll be some activity down in the Monterey pen.
Mcrae deals again. A pitch is rolled foul, right side.
It is right-hander Kyle Gallart. I even looked at the pronunciation guide. You'd be proud of it, and it wasn't there.
Next pitch is hit in the air, center field. Shallow, coming in and not going to get there, dropping in front of the center fielder, Guerra. Dylan Jackson has himself another little looping base hit.
Well, the last 2 balls have been hit maybe a combined 100 or 250, 265 feet, and not hit very hard. But they count as line drives in the box score.
They keep adding up, and it has staked the Warriors to a 4-0 lead. They now have the leadoff runner on at first base, and Matty Elser, who's got a base hit into left field and a little scratch base hit to second base. Runner takes his lead. Elser drags a bunt down the third baseline and foul. Jackson does not have a ton of speed.
But, the funny thing, Eric, is that he had 10 stolen bases last year and 11 attempts at Merced College.
Maybe he's just getting loose.
I think maybe he's a good base runner. I'm going to go with that.
Let's go with that. So Jacob Martin will hold him on. Jackson takes a 3-step lead, now about a 3.5-step lead. And now a throw over to first, and it almost gets over the head of Jacob Martin. Now, part of the first base challenge is Martin not a tall guy. 5'10" at first base. You like your first baseman to be about 6'8". That's not true. Pitch is high and away. But you do tend to see 6'2", 6'3" guys.
6 foot Brandon Belt, 6'5". Matt Olson.
Yep.
For the Oakland A's, 6'4".
Patrolling that first base bag. Give yourself a big target for everybody to throw to.
After this pitch, we'll give you some scores from around the CCAA on the Carrington area out-of-town scoreboard.
Another throw over to first, and standing up, Jackson gets back.
Bottom of the 5th inning now. It is UC San Diego with a 4-1 lead over San Francisco State.
And San Diego, a little bit of a slow start. They've already got 3 conference losses. I don't think anybody thought they'd have over 5. Pitch is taken on the outside corner, strike 2.
And they split but they won 3 out of 4 against Sonoma State, just like Stanislaus did. It is
Bryan,
a 4-1 Dominguez Hills lead over L.A. I did see that before it disappeared at the bottom of the 5th.
Do not break my computer.
I'm trying not to, but we're just going to get out of that one. We'll go back to that later.
I feel better. Elser waits. The right-hander swings and fouls one off the end of the bat, back into the screen once again. Crowd still kind of filing in here tonight. Starting to gather as we take a look out in the stands.
I just saw a nice contingent of maybe 8-10 people just walk in.
Pretty decent Friday night crowd. Pitch is lined left field and deep. It's going to get down and into the corner. On the run and moving is Jackson. He's going to hit the bag and hold. Elser is going to trot into second base with a stand-up double. And the Warriors in business here in the 5th.
Well, Matty Elser didn't hit his last ball very hard, but he hit that one really hard.
And that continues the success that this part of the order has had. They are now 7 for 7 and a hit by pitch. And that is going to set it up for Eric Bolton. He is singled and got hit. And the infield comes in all the way around.
Eric, I think your computer's broke again.
Pitch is popped up on the infield. That's a mile high. Coming down is the shortstop to make the catch as Brady Miguel puts it away. And there's one chance to score with an out that was unsuccessful.
And Eric Bolton's going to be very disappointed. He had a pitch to drive, and he just got underneath and hit it straight up.
Now, if Grant Victor hits the same baseball that he has hit his last 2 at-bats, he's going to get an RBI. He's flied out to center field twice, and they're going to intentionally walk him to face Jacob Garcia.
Set up the double play.
So Garcia now has the bases loaded and just 1 out. Garcia has flied out to left and walked. He has scored a run. Right-hander stands in.
Oh, Gillard should be about ready. He has had plenty of time to get loose. This may be Mcrae's last hitter.
He's thrown 100 pitches. Swung on a miss by Garcia, and he was trying to hit that one.
To Christopherson Avenue?
Christopherson, yep.
And this is an important inning right here for Stanislaus. You can get separation.
We were talking in between innings how, 4 runs just does not seem like a big lead tonight. And Garcia was going to drag a bunt.
Well, it feels like a big lead when Tinsley's on the mound, but you feel like Stanislaus has so dominated this game, you figure that they have a bigger lead than 4-0.
Mm-hmm. This is the second time they've had the bases loaded. They've also had an inning where they scored 3 runs.
They've left 6 runners on.
And they have 3 on right now. 0-2 pitch to Garcia. He's got to protect now. And he does and fouls that off right side. I'm not sure what the play was with that bunt because Jackson did not come down the line hard. So I think either somebody missed a sign or Garcia was trying to
because remember, it's a force play at home. That's an easy play for the first baseman.
For an infield that's already pulled in. So I'm not quite sure.
That's a much better play with runners at second and third where you can get a read, not when you have to run.
Pitch is up high.
And you think about it, it's the 104th pitch from Mcrae. It's a lot of pitches, but not for a Friday night starter, but it's 104 pitches in 4 1/3 innings.
Yeah.
This is the 3rd time the Warriors have gotten through the lineup already.
Garcia waits, chops it foul left side.
And right now you can see Garcia in protect mode.
Yep. It's an interesting choice for Coach White, to me, to walk Grant Victor, who's hitting sub 100, to face a hitter that's hitting plus 300 with the bases juiced.
Yet at the same time, Victor, a hitter he watched last year, hit over 400 against him.
Garcia swings and pops it up on the infield in foul territory. Going over is the first baseman, and he makes the catch. Jacob Martin, and the Warriors have 2 very unproductive outs.
And all of a sudden, if the Warriors don't get a big 2-out hit or a mistake by Monterey, you got to feel that all the momentum in this game is going to shift into that Monterey dugout.
And now Coach White going to come out and have a talk with Mcrae, and that may be all for him. We're watching. He's thrown 106 pitches to get to 4 2/3 innings. No sign, no call to the pen has gone out yet.
And he's thrown 71 strikes, Eric. I mean, he's been extremely around the plate. Just some soft hit base hits, a couple of big mistakes. One is in particular the error on the sacrifice that Bunker had his last time up. This is kind of looking to the eye. They're going to make the call.
Now they're going to make the call down to the bullpen. Bryan, this call to the pen brought to you by
Crivelli Insurance Services, your cybersecurity insurance leader. The Warriors have the bases loaded, 2 outs, up 4-0, bottom of the 5th. We'll be back with more right after this.
If you own a business, you protect your interest with liability insurance, property and casualty coverage, and of course a workers' comp policy. But are you really totally covered? Did you know that half of all companies reported at least one data breach involving customer and employee information just in the past 12 months? Lori Crivelli of Crivelli Insurance is the leading expert in cyber insurance in the Turlock and Stanislaus area. Call Lori at 209-668-3319 and schedule a free consultation to see how Lori and her staff can help you be prepared for a potential cyber attack at your office. If you're caught with your web firewall down, you'll want Crivelli Insurance on your side. 209-668-3319. Call them today.
Well, the new pitcher for Cal State Monterey Bay is going to be right-hander Kyle Gillard. For Gillard, this will be his 5th appearance, all in relief. He has no record, of 4.70 ERA. In 7 2/3 innings, he's given up 11 hits, 4 runs, all of them earned. He has walked 2, he has struck out 10. Now, the interesting thing, Eric, opponents hitting .344 against him. Of the 11 hits he's given up in 7 2/3 innings, 3 doubles and 2 home runs.
Ooh.
So I'm a guy that throws pretty hard. For Gallart, he's a 6'2", 200-pound junior from Woodland, transfer from Consumnes River College. And he will face Grant Bunker with the bases loaded. But the Warriors had the bases loaded and nobody out. Or excuse me, 2nd and 3rd and nobody out. A pop out, an intentional walk, and a foul out. Now the Warriors have the bases loaded with 2 outs.
2 outs.
And remember, the Warriors have been phenomenal this year in getting runners home from third with less than 2 outs all year long. But they have not been able to do so here tonight.
Bryan, we're just going to start the internet all over again.
Oh, you got a lot of stuff you're going to have to find.
You know, it's not that hard.
Well, you're going to call play-by-play, so I think I'm going to be the one that's going to be finding a lot of stuff, which is scary in so many.
Yes, it is.
And why we chose to go to the internet side of the Gathering of Christ Church, I have no idea.
Well, you know, when you type in Go CC.
Forgot the AA part.
Yeah. So Grant Bunker going to walk up to the plate. He's 0 for 2. He's walked. At times he has been the best Warrior hitter in the lineup. Right now he's in a bit of a funk. And looking to hit his way out of it. Bases loaded, 2 down. Warriors trying to create some separation. They have a 4-0 lead. Gallart comes set with the bases juiced. And there's a slider that misses outside and wide. 1 ball, no strikes. Well, let's see if we can't do this down here, Brian. There's more than one way to skin a cat.
I'll take care of that.
Gallart's next pitch, again way outside. It's 2-0. So far, the first 2 pitches not even close.
And Gillard only walking 2 guys in 7 2/3 innings.
Trying to keep the ball away from Bunker right now. Both of them have been wide and into the left-handed batter's box. Gillard deals. That's swung on and fouled over the fence and on top of the Golden Valley Health Center's broadcast booth. As we have sirens all around, Brian, they finally caught up to you.
You know, it took a little time, but
get under the table. 2 balls and a strike to Bunker. The Warrior center fielder waits. Gallart taking his time. Gillard deals. Pitches. Swung on off the end of the bat right to the first baseman. A little squibber picked up by Martin. He'll beat Bunker to first. And the Warriors have a beautiful opportunity that they squander. Second and third with nobody out, and they get nothing. In the inning, there were no runs on 2 hits. 3 runners were left on. We're going to go to the 6th inning. It's Stanislaus State 4, Monterey Bay nothing.
The newest and most exciting entertainment center to hit Turlock in like forever. 10 Pin Fun Center. Here's what they got.
A game arcade.
Public and private bowling lane.
2-story laser tag stadium.
Deadwood Social Restaurant and Bar.
Party rooms and event packages for
The
kids.
Skybox private room for special events.
The beer garden with bocce ball and fire pit.
Call to book your next family or corporate event. 209-850-8500. Or visit them on the web at 10pinfun.com. 10 Pin Fun Center, 3700 Countryside Road, Turlock's newest and best entertainment venue.
Well, the Warriors blow a golden opportunity to break this game open, leaving the bases loaded. And so Ryland Tinsley still holds a 4-0 lead, and he will face the top of the order. It'll be Lindemann, Miguel, and Figueredo. So I guess, Eric, we will be using my phone to do the scoreboard update.
That is the weirdest thing. Everything CCAA related is down.
We'll find out if I'm
including the Warriors website, which I didn't think was attached. Weird, I tell you.
Very weird. Yeah, I'm just sitting. It's just a spin, spin, spin.
So Ryland Tinsley comes out. He's got to go to the top of the order and face Lindemann. Lindemann's walked and flied out. The left-hander exhales and deals. And Lindemann showed bunt, pulled back bunt, threw out bunt, and ends up taking a strike. If you're a Giants fan out there tonight, they took the first game that they played tonight in spring, 3-1, and they are tied 5-5 in their second game, split squad. Beat the Royals in game 1, and they're tied with the Rockies in game 2. Ball chopped to second base. Pause on 2 hops. Throws on to first in time, and Lindemann retired easily. So that's how the 6th inning gets started.
I would tell you if it's 5-5 means that Johnny Cueto probably did not have a great outing. Of course, he's just working on whatever at this point. Did you see that they sent Buster Posey to Surprise today to be the DH? And that Joey Bart caught the game at Scottsdale Stadium on television.
Did not see that.
Yes.
First pitch to the number 2 hitter, Miguel, is taken for a strike. Fastball. Tinsley still got some pop. Warriors got people standing in the bullpen. Not necessarily throwing or getting loose, just kind of ready. There's an off-speed pitch, catches the outside corner, and the lefty, Miguel, has to step out and gather himself up. He's behind 0-2.
Well, the good news is Johnny Cueto threw 2 shutout innings.
So it wasn't Johnny Cueto.
No, it was Sean Anderson who gave up a 4 spot in 2/3 of an inning.
It's spring.
Yep.
Another breaking ball right back to Tinsley on a hop. Easy play, and he's gotten through the first 2 batters here in the 6th inning very easily.
And very quickly.
It's going to bring up Coco Figueredo. I love that name, Coco Figueredo. 0 for 2 here in this one. He's grounded into a double play and flied out. In the series against the Warriors last year, he went 7 of 12. With an RBI, 5 runs scored. He struck out 2 and walked once. He takes one high and in, gets him back off the plate. It was a good series for Figueredo last year. He was the DH this year, playing out in the field at second base. Tinsley has that one slashed foul.
Well, the good news that Hung printed everything for us, because I think the rest of it is shot. Because the conference website's down, the Stanislaus State website's down.
That's sidearm. So both of those, it may be a sidearm problem.
Oh, there you go.
So we better not throw Tommy Stropke tonight.
Nope.
Just off the outside as Figueredo showed bunt and then pulled it back. Shortridge couldn't get that arm up.
So the service that the conference uses has gone down. That's problematic.
2-1. Fastball misses wide again. 3-1 now.
So if you've already gotten to Boxcast to watch Warrior TV, you're good. But don't leave and try to come back. You won't get on.
Three balls and a strike. One of the few times tonight Tinsley's been way behind, and he pours in a strike.
You know, that
full
is,
count, 3-2.
This will be pitch number 95, so you figure he's probably got, what, one more inning in him?
If he can get out of this one.
Fairly quickly. But probably not going to be a complete game tonight for the Stanislaus lefty.
Yeah, I don't see it. Next pitch. Called strike 3. Ring him up. Bill Shortridge, strikeout number 5. All 5 strikeouts have been via the caught looking. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on going to the bottom of the 6th. Warriors still have a 4-0 lead.
In today's culture, we all work hard and play hard, which means our bodies hurt. Sometimes we need a place to relax, rejuvenate, help manage our pain, and recover from another active sports weekend. The Recovery Lab in Turlock is just the place. Featuring ice baths, the Normatec leg system, Mark Pro pulsation, and the new cryotherapy chamber, the Recovery Lab has everything you need to get your body back to its peak performance. The lab is located at 330 Crane Avenue in Turlock and is open Sunday through Friday. For more information or to schedule a one-on-one consultation, call 209-250-2555 or check them out on Facebook and Instagram at KW Recovery Lab. The Recovery Lab in Turlock, helping you recover as hard as you train.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Stanislaus still holds a 4-0 lead. It'll be the 2-3-4 hitters, Jones, Gardner, and Paz. They'll get their first look at Kyle Gallart. A beautiful evening here in Turlock. Low 70s. No breeze. It's slowly, just a very, very light breeze.
It's barely moving.
Hey, it was better. It was completely still before.
Yeah, that's really slowly. So Gallart comes out for his first full inning. He got the last out. He got Grant Bunker to ground out to the first baseman with the bases loaded. Warriors got to start all over again. Second time they've left him loaded today. Zach Jones takes eye and away. Ball one.
This is the third consecutive game now. They have had no trouble getting runners on base, but a little bit more of a trouble getting them in. They left 29 runners on in the last 2 games of that series with East Bay.
Jones chops it foul.
And they left 9 on so far through 5 innings tonight.
Wow.
That's 38 runners left on in 2.5 games.
That's a lot.
Now, granted, one was in a 13-inning game, but still.
A lot. They have no problem getting on base. Got to get them home. Jones takes in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. It's a calm, quiet crowd tonight. Nice crowd down the left field line where it juts out kind of on the bar behind the fence. Swung on and missed.
Boy, Jones opened up that time, let that front shoulder fly out, trying to jerk it to right field. If he stayed inside and just gone with the pitch, he could have hit that hard into the left center field gap.
So Jones waits on the 2-2 pitch. The right-handed Gallart deals, and that pitch is driven right field. If it stays fair, it's going to be trouble. It goes foul.
Again, ball not hit real hard. It went a decent ways, but didn't have that good sound off the bat.
Drifted probably about 5 feet foul down into the Otter bullpen. Otter defense basically on the infield playing for Jonesy to pull. In the outfield, they have left that huge gap in right center field.
Last weekend at East Bay, Jones went 4 for 15, but he struck out 8 times.
1 for 1 tonight. Walked and sacrificed. He lays off the pitch outside, a little off-speed number. It's now full count, 3-2.
Warriors' first game of an 8-game homestand.
Be here a lot. Pitch taken for called strike 3 at the knees on the outside corner.
And I think the strike zone expanded a little bit the last inning or 2, both sides.
Different. I will just say it's different. That's going to bring up Jace Gardner. Gardner 1 for 3, had a base hit in the first inning. He's grounded out and struck out since. First strikeout for Gillard, who's come in looking pretty good. The right-hander deals, and he takes a strike on a slider.
Last 3 games coming into tonight, Gardner was 6 for 13, so he is 7 for his last 16, Eric, with 3 doubles. I think the thing that's so impressive, that strikeout, his last time up was just the 4th time he has struck out all year.
He looks to drop a bunt down for a base hit, pulls the bat back, and takes a ball. Pulls the bat back and takes a ball.
That's a lot of bees. And by the way, he struck out now 4 times. He has walked 16 times.
That's not bad numbers. Gardner takes low. It's 2-1. And he had the first baseman creeping up.
But they have Figueredo literally, that's about as big a shift as we've seen all year.
Yeah, Figueredo, the second baseman, has moved over to almost directly behind the bag. Martin way off the bag at first. And then Gallart goes outside and misses for a 3-1 count. That's the kind that if that's over the strike zone, that's a dangerous pitch, because if Gardner just points it over towards the right side anywhere, he's got a base hit, maybe more.
Because even if Martin gets to it, he's going to have a tough time making the throw to Gallart to try to beat the speedy Gardner to the bag.
3-1 pitch. Inside ball 4, and Jace is on base.
Well, he said he had a .582 on base percentage coming in, and he's been on base
2 out of 4 times. So Alexis Paz comes up, hitless in 3 times, but he's also stole a base, scored a run. Paz was the RBI leader for the Warriors coming into this one. He's got 17. Gallart kicks and deals, and Paz hits it in the air center field. Not very deep. Garrett is there. He's going to make the catch, and that's medium deep, we'll call it.
That carried a little further than I thought it was going to. Not as far as the last one he hit.
No. But it was deep enough to call it a deep fly ball. 2 down. And here's Dylan Jackson. He's got a perfect night going 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs and a run scored. So the Warrior third baseman, who came into the night hitting 346, doing a little bit better than that now, Bryan. And he's first pitch swinging and fouls it out of play left side. Going to do math?
Yeah, I'm going to use calculator.
Not
math.
in your head?
No. Was not divisible
Chelsea,
by anything.
don't look. Don't look, Chelsea.
382.
Jackson, a big kid, left-handed batter. Came to us from Merced JC. Fastball taken on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-2.
Gallart's got a little giddy up on that fastball. He got a big out in the last inning with Bunker at the plate, and the Warriors with the bases loaded and 2 outs to keep this a close game.
Pitch just outside.
Well, Gillard decided I'm just going to go another 3-4 inches further out and see if he chases, and Jackson almost did.
Jackson, his stance straight away. Hands bow right at his chin. Runner goes. Pitches in the dirt, swung at. And that's going to be the end of the inning. So Jackson goes down on strikes, swinging. And in the inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left on. We have played 6 full. Stanislaus still on top 4-0. Don't go away. More Warrior baseball after this.
When the game's over and you're looking for a place to hang out with your friends, who doesn't like pizza and beer? Right across the street, Pizza Factory, located on West Monte Vista Avenue, just across from Stan State University. A great place to hang out. Serving fresh pizzas, salads, pasta, and wings, and now featuring the new beer wall. The beer wall, where they're serving domestic, classic, and specialty microbrews. They have daily specials, multiple big screen TVs, video games for the kids, and a party room for large groups. They've got it all. Call in your order at 634-5000 or find coupons and order online at pizzafactory.com. Pizza Factory in Turlock. We toss them. They're awesome.
Welcome back, everybody. We are going to inning number 7. The Warriors, 4 runs on 9 hits, no errors. Monterey Bay, no runs on just 3 hits and 1 error. Ryland Tinsley has been very good. He's retired the last 10 batters he's faced. He struck out 3 of those 10 batters. And really only one guy in there has hit the ball very hard. And that was the guy that's going to lead off this inning, Charlie Nasuti. It'll be Nasuti, Guerra, and Bashan, Bryan. And you get the privilege of bringing us innings number 7 and 8. So do your thing, show us how it's done, and wax eloquent.
We will do our best. As long as I don't sing eloquent, right? Because I don't
want you to sing.
Singing and eloquent do not go together.
I don't want you to sing. I heard some good singing last night. I don't need that taste to be changed.
By a Bryan, just not me.
Definitely by a Bryan, and not you.
First pitch to Nasuti is a breaking ball, catches the outside corner, strike 1. And that may be the first curveball we've seen him throw for a strike.
Well, that would be a fine time to find it.
Nasuti is 1 for 2. He has singled and flied to center. The D1 bounce back from Purdue University, former Boilermaker. Takes the fastball outside, 1-1.
That just reminds me of the story you've got about Boilermaker.
The boiler?
The boiler.
I do. I actually, if you Google or YouTube Krukenkipe and Boilerman, you will see my cousin.
The Boilerman.
Yes, you will. Fastball taken for a strike, 1-2. In fact, I went to a Giants game with him like a year later, and he was showing all the people sitting around us the video, and he called himself the Boilerman.
Great.
Eric knows my cousin, so he knows that it fits very well.
The Boilerman.
There's some activity, double barrel action in the Stanislaus bullpen. It's Tinsley nearing 100 pitches. That is a breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3 in the dirt, knocked down by Bolton. He will throw out Nasuti. Strikeout number 6 for Tinsley, and there is 1 away here in the top of the 7th. First swinging strikeout of the day for Tinsley.
But it's like he is getting better the deeper this game goes and the more pitches he throws. He's just hit the 100 mark. I think Coach Leonasio hoping that this inning goes quick and he gets 7 out of him, but Tinsley has been fantastic again.
Gallart is 0 for 2. He flied out to shallow center field that landed in the glove of Alexis Paz, the second baseman, as that fastball misses up and away, ball 1.
And it still seems like he's got some pop on that fastball.
He almost feels like that. It was almost thrown as hard as anything he's thrown all game.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gallart struck out looking in the 4th. That is now 11 consecutive batters retired by Tinsley. Fastball, chop foul into the Monterey dugout, 1-1.
And nobody caught that. It got through the entire group on the fence and got to the back of the dugout.
So I should probably tell my story, huh? About the Boilerman story?
I think you have to tell the story
all
about
right, so
the Boilerman.
this is a few years ago, Giants-Dodgers, and I don't think the game was going real well for the Giants. And one of the Dodgers hits a high fly ball down the right field side, drifting out of play, down in the first deck. Breaking ball misses low, 2-1. And it hits the bricks and takes a big hop, and my cousin Mike reaches up and gets the foul ball. Well, my cousin Mike's he's a good-sized guy. His dad was an offensive lineman. That pitch catches the outside corner, 2-2. Mike's a big guy, and it was a warm night at AT&T Park, and Kruko said, hey, nice play. Unfortunately, there was too much boiler and not enough shirt. As the shirt came up above did not fully cover the boiler. And I can say this story because my cousin Mike is very proud of this story. Pitch is fouled off the fist back to the screen. And so he was famous. He was Boiler Man. And I got a clip of it sent to me because I was busy doing something else. And my buddy Rick sent us a clip of it. He had actually paused it on the TV, round it back, and then showed it. My wife was actually at the game with some friends and found out about it when she got home. Breaking ball misses outside, 3-2. And so that is our family's claim to fame.
Well, and it wasn't just a one-time mention. I think he went back to him a time or two, right?
Oh, yes. They zeroed in on him.
I mean, he was...
It gave them something to talk about for about a half an inning.
Like it's doing for us. Thank you, Mike.
3-2 pitch from Tinsley is popped up foul back behind the Golden Valley Health Center broadcast booth, and Gallart giving Tinsley a little bit of a battle.
I was doing fine until I looked up and watched it go over the roof and saw the big bug on top of her.
That's that horsefly. We have had horseflies at our house, Eric. I don't know what it is. Warmer too soon or whatever, but the flies have been bad already.
That's big enough that it could fly down here and actually pick up Jillian and take her away. It could happen.
3-2 pitch is hit to short. Worm burner to Victor as he slings it across, getting Gallart, who hustled down the line on a bang-bang play. 2 away. And Troy Bachand will be the batter. All right, actually, we're going to have a pinch hitter. It is going to be Keith Hale. Hale is 6'1", 190-pound junior, transfer from Sierra College, originally out of Brentwood. So Hale is going to hit for Bachand. Bachand had gone 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop-out.
Would love to tell you anything I could know about Hale and what he's doing this year, but I can't.
Well, you know, Eric, I'm going to find something for you here because that's what I do. There you go. Keith Hale is hitting .250, 2 for 8 with a double.
The man with the info.
The first pitch to Hale is inside, ball 1. Kind of not brush, but caused Hale to lean back. Hale, who is an outfielder, probably stay in the game out in left field. Fastball taken for a strike, 1-1. And I got to believe, as this will be that was the 110th pitch for Tinsley, this will probably be his final inning. I believe the left-hander looks to be Gutierrez.
Can't really tell yet.
There is a breaking ball swung on and missed, and Tinsley's out in front 1-2. Another great outing for Tinsley. If he can get one more out here. 6 strikeouts, just 1 walk, and it was the leadoff hitter of the ball game. He has scattered 3 hits. He has not allowed a hit since 2 outs in the 3rd. We are now in the 7th.
He's retired 12 straight.
Pitch misses down and in.
And
2-2.
That was one of the few that we've seen Tinsley throw that he missed the target. Bolton had set up outside, and he had to come back across onto the inside part of the plate to make the catch. I can't. My eyes aren't good enough to catch the number out there, Brian. I do know it's the lefty.
I'm pretty sure it's Gutierrez. Fastball fouled off to the right out of play, and Hale stays alive.
It's Bobby Garcia. It's Bobby
Is it
Garcia.
Bobby Garcia?
Yeah. Freshman Garcia and Tommy Stropke.
Jacob Martin, the first baseman, waits on deck. Tinsley trying to retire his 13th hitter in a row and give the Warriors 7 shutout innings to start this series. Pitch is hit slowly to short, going to be a tough play for Victor. Off the balance throw in time to get Hale. And Rylan Tinsley, another great outing. 3 up and 3 down for Monterey. 13 in a row retired by the sophomore left-hander. It's 7th inning stretch time here at Warrior Baseball Field. This 7th inning stretch brought to you by 10 Pin Fun Center. Let's find out why.
The newest and most exciting entertainment center to hit Turlock in like forever. 10 Pin Fun Center. Here's what they got.
A game arcade.
Public and private bowling lane.
2-story laser tag stadium.
Deadwood Social Restaurant and Bar.
Party rooms and event packages for
The
kids.
Skybox private room for special events.
The beer garden with bocce ball and fire pit.
Call to book your next family or corporate event. 209-850-8500. Or visit them on the web at 10pinfun.com. 10 Pin Fun Center, 3700 Countryside Road, Turlock's newest and best entertainment venue.
Welcome back, everybody. We are at Warrior Ball Field, where Stanislaus State owns a 4-0 lead. Keith Hale stays in the ball game to play left field, and it's time to close the book on starting pitcher Ethan Mcrae. 4 2/3 innings. Gave up 4 runs, 3 of them earned on 9 hits. He struck out 1, walked 3, and he hit a batter.
He didn't get hit hard, Eric.
No, but he got hit often. And it was often enough that the Warriors were able to scratch out 4 runs, even when they weren't hitting the ball hard.
Now, Matty Elser going to lead it off. He is a perfect 3 for 3. He singled in the first, had an infield single in the third, and ripped a double down the left field line in the 5th. And the pitch off the glove of Harris back to the screen, ball 1. So tomorrow, game 1 of the doubleheader is going to be Greg Steinbeck against Casey Carr.
I just feel like Steinbeck has been pitching for my lifetime.
I swear he's pitched since we started. That ball hit off the end of the bat to short. Miguel's got it. He'll throw it high, and it's going to pull Martin off the bag, and Elser's going to be safe, and that'll be an error on the shortstop, Miguel.
Second error on the Otters tonight. Warriors made them pay for the first one. Let's see what they can do here with the second one.
Eric Bolton will be the batter. Bolton had an RBI single in the first, was hit by a pitch in the third, and then popped out to short with runners at second and third and nobody out in the 5th.
I just love the way Bolton is a big, strong, prototypical catcher. Slightly open stance. He's going to look to pull the ball and hit it hard somewhere.
Fastball misses inside, ball 1.
This is the kind of matchup I think Gallart puts it over the plate and he throws hard. Bolton finds the right pitch and puts his bat on it. This ball has the potential to go a ways.
Remember, we said Gillard giving up 3 doubles and 2 home runs coming into this game. And there's a high fastball swung on and missed, strike 1.
And that was a hard, quick swing, too.
But it was a little up. Bolton not able to get his hands on top of that high fastball. Double play depth for Monterey. Figueredo cheated much more towards second than is the shortstop, Miguel. Elser goes, and the pitch is lined into center field for a base hit. And it gets past the center fielder, Guerra, and rolls for a while. Rounding third and scoring is Elser. It'll be a single and an error on the center fielder, and it is now 5-0.
Well, they made him pay, but they picked up another error along the way. That's the third Monterey Bay error.
Monterey not playing great, and we talked about, Eric, they have not played well on the road. They were just 1-6 away from home so far this year, and they have not had a great game here. as they trail 5-0, runner at second, nobody out. And they have gift wrapped this run.
And that's a 5-run lead. That's a big difference from the 4-run lead. A grand slam won't beat you now, won't even tie you.
And now Victor's got a chance. Victor is 0 for 2. He has flied to center twice and been walked intentionally. Bolton now the runner at second, and he squares to bunt, and he kind of pops it up. It hits on the left side and rolls foul. Strike one. Almost like Victor was almost more bunting for a base hit there than actually a sacrifice. And I think with Bolton not the fleetest of foot, it's going to be a very good bunt needed by Victor to get him over to third. Warriors have 10 hits. Monterey Bay's now committed 3 errors. The last 2 runs scored by Stanislaus have been unearned. And that is bunted to the right side, foul, and Victor behind in the count 0-2. And I feel like Victor's been behind in the count 0-2 all year. So now he's got to find a way to hit a ground ball to the right side and get Bolton over to third. Jacob Garcia waits on deck. Garcia is money late in the ball game. His numbers in the 7th, 8th, and 9th innings are amazing this season. Pitch in the dirt. Did he go? No, he did not, says Michael Carr. And Victor stays alive, 1-2.
Doing some social media work there, Brian.
That is scary.
I am learning about social media, and we are trying to work on our Twitter and Instagram page and do some different fun things. If you're not following us, follow us. What is our – Chelsea, what is our Twitter handle?
Blue Chip Broadcasting.
And our Instagram is BC Broadcasting, I believe.
Yeah.
Pitch misses low, 2-2.
And you guys –
And Eric and I aren't doing it anymore.
No. So we're trying to get some good stuff and change the content and really upgrade kind of what we're doing. And I think you've seen some of that already, as it is much better and different than it's ever been. But if you don't follow us, follow us. And you'll get all your Stanislaus Sports information right here.
Well, Chelsea kind of described some of the things they're doing, because if I try to do it, it's not going to make any sense.
No, it doesn't. I've seen your pictures too, Brian.
They're bad.
They just don't make sense.
2-2 the count to Victor. Bolton is from his lead from second, breaking ball in the dirt, and now Victor has gone from 0-2 to 3-2.
Boy, they are making Hunter Harris work behind the plate right now. Trying to keep the ball low on Grant Victor, but he's worked the count full. And like we've said time and again, now would be a good time for him to find a hit.
A confidence builder.
Because the man can hit.
Bolton with a short lead from second. The 3-2 pitch is fouled back to the screen. Good swing, nice balance that time by Victor. Well, an error, a single, and then an error on the center fielder on the single have given the Warriors a run, have put Bolton at second base with nobody out, and a 3-2 count to Victor here in the bottom of the 7th inning. A 3-run first by Stanislaus has propelled them now to a 5-0 lead with the single runs in the 4th and again here in the 7th, both unearned the last 2 runs the Warriors have scored. Pitch is hit slowly to the right side, coming over to get his Figueredo. It's going to be a tough play. The throw will be away, and scoring all the way from second is going to be Bolton as the throw ends up over by the Monterey dugout. It'll be the 4th error, the 3rd of this inning, and it's now 6-0.
I think he was going to reach on a base hit on a slow infield base hit to second base, so he's going to get a hit, which is good. He won't get an RBI because the run scored on the air. But for Grant Victor, that is a big base hit and another big error, the 3rd in the inning. And how many times have we seen the Warriors take advantage of poor defense
and put big crooked numbers up? So now Jacob Garcia will be the batter. Garcia is 0 for 2. He has flied out, fouled out, walked, and scored. Garcia fouled out with the bases loaded and 1 out in the 5th. He now hits with a runner at second here in the 7th with nobody out, and he swings at a slider and doesn't get it. Strike one. So the Warriors taking advantage of Monterey's inability to make the routine play. That was not an easy play for Figueredo, but the throw was nowhere close. Martin had no chance, just like the play to Miguel. Just the throw was wide. Garcia takes that slider outside, 1-1. And the misplay by Gary just didn't get down on the base hit by Bolton. It just went right through him and allowed Elser to score all the way from first base on what should have been a simple single to center field. So the Warriors now with a 6-0 lead as we play the bottom of the 7th. Victor dances off of second base. Pitches a fastball swung on and missed, strike 2, 1-2 to Garcia. And Gallart just threw that right by the sophomore right fielder. Garcia not big in stature, but he swings a pretty good stick. He is tied for the team lead in home runs with 2. Came into this game hitting over 300. Two pitches lined into center field. That's going to be a base hit. Rounding third is Victor. Up with it is Gallart. He will throw it back into second base. Scoring is Grant Victor on the RBI single by Jacob Garcia. I said 7th, 8th, 9th inning. That guy's money. That is his 8th RBI of the season, and it's now 7-0.
What a weapon to have a 9-hitter that can do the things that Jacob Garcia can do.
And back to the top of the order, and Grant Bunker, and he's the one guy that really has not participated a whole lot in this party. He did have a sacrifice and reached on an error. Otherwise, he is 0 for 3, has not gotten the ball out of the infield. 3 ground ball outs, 2 to the third baseman and 1 to the first baseman. Bunker's going to swing and miss. Strike 1.
So Stanislaus has created that separation that they had been missing all night long. 2 times they have left the bases loaded.
Pitch in the dirt, knocked down by Harris, who has been back there a very, very long time. That is the 39th pitch thrown by Gillard, and Mcrae threw 106. So that's 145 pitches by Monterey, and there's still nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. That slider misses outside, 2-1. That is a lot of time in the squat.
And you're still just in the 7th inning.
Activity in the Monterey pen, a left-hander. See if somebody can see who that might be. I know Jillian had binoculars earlier. Hint, hint. Fastball on the inside corner, strike 2, 2-2. See, I know she's doing lots of extra work here, so I don't want to mess her up.
She's not on our payroll, and yet you're telling her what to do.
No, I'm just throwing out suggestions. I wasn't going to say anything, but I said in the Monterey pen, and she was looking in the Stanislaus pen.
And there was nothing going on.
Pitch misses outside, and the count goes full, 3-2. We'll see if they put Garcia in motion, up 7-0 with nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th.
Oh, the shenanigans in the press box.
And Phil's not even here tonight. He told me he was going to come by and say hello tonight. Never saw him.
So did Trev. I thought.
I saw Trev earlier. You just weren't here yet. 3-2 pitch to Bunker. Misses low ball 4. And that is the 5th consecutive Warrior to reach here, starting the bottom of the 7th inning.
Warming up is Max Jones, a left-hander, a senior out of Hamilton College.
And Zach Jones will be the hitter, and this might be all for Gillard, and he really deserved a better fate. We are going to have a call to the pen. This call to the pen brought to you by Crivelli Insurance Services, your local cybersecurity insurance specialist.
If you own a business, you protect your interest with liability insurance, property and casualty coverage, and of course a workers' comp policy. But are you really totally covered? Did you know that half of all companies reported at least one data breach involving customer and employee information just in the past 12 months? Lori Crivelli of Crivelli Insurance is the leading expert in cyber insurance in the Turlock and Stanislaus area. Call Lori at 209-668-3319 and schedule a free consultation to see how Lori and her staff can help you be prepared for a potential cyber attack at your office. If you're caught with your web firewall down, you'll want Crivelli Insurance on your side. 209-668-3319. Call them today.
Well, we have a new pitcher on the mound. It is Max Jones. And Mr. Jones making just his second appearance. He threw an inning in his first appearance, and he got 1 strikeout, no hits. It was a nice-looking inning for Max Jones, but just the second time out this year. Jones is where'd he go? Max Jones is a 6'5" lefty, 210-pounder. Again, he's a senior, making just his second appearance. And you look out there on the mound, Brian, and that is one big left-handed pitcher.
It is. Not a hard thrower there, at least watching him warm up. Does not throw real hard. Kind of slings it. A little bit of that low 3/4
action.
Arm action.
There you go.
Angle.
Arm angle action.
Kind of slings a little bit. So it'll be Zach Jones. Zach Jones has walked and scored, singled, had a sacrifice fly, and struck out looking. He's also been thrown out trying to steal. So, time of possession, which would be time in the batter's box for Stanislaus, about, what do you think, 3-1, 4-1 tonight?
Oh.
They have been up a ton.
Yep. And they have found a way to put another 7 spot on the board. This offense has been consistently so good through the first 15 games.
Mm-hmm.
And they may not be done here tonight.
The only time they have not scored at least 5 runs was in the first game of the doubleheader against a very good left-hander we saw last year. Brian Martinez kind of shut them down, held them to just 2 runs. Other than that, they have scored at least 5 runs in every game. So Jones now with a chance to really bust this open. Runners at first and second, still nobody out. The first pitch from the left-hander, Max Jones, misses inside, ball 1.
Well, like we know, lefties don't phase Zach Jones.
No,
they just don't. And I think it's clear Tommy Stropke is going to be your choice to come in and pitch the top of the 8th for the Warriors. He's down there getting ready in earnest.
Pitches hit out into left field, hit pretty good. Going back is the left fielder Hale. Now going towards the line, he will reach forward. He will make the catch. He's slipping and falling is Hale, and that's going to allow Garcia to tag and go to third.
So it's not going to show up as a mistake. That was a mistake.
Hale just lost his footing once he made the catch. He tried to slow down, and his feet just went right out from under him. He landed on his keister, and that is why if you're Garcia, you tag and take a couple of steps because if anything happens, you're able to pick up an extra 90 feet.
And Jacob Garcia played that one perfectly. And now the Warriors have a runner at third base with less than 2 outs. See if they can deliver yet again. Because I still get that feeling with Monterey, no lead is safe.
Oh, they could put up big numbers.
They hit the ball.
First pitch to Gardner, catches the outside corner, strike 1. Gardner is 1 for 3, is singled, grounded out, struck out, and walked.
It's been the bottom 2/3 of the order that have done all the damage from 5 to 9 tonight.
Pitch misses away.
And that's just
1-1.
Evidence of the Warriors' depth. I think, Brian, if we look at the 5 through 9 hitters, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 of their hits have come from there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Only 6 times have they not reached base.
Pitch catches the outside corner, and Gardner is behind 1 and 2.
It's just been, a phenomenal game for 5 through 9 on the offense.
And I think if you're Coach White, you want Jones to get you through this inning and get you through the 8th, so you don't have to use anybody else. It'll be Steinbeck and Pineda tomorrow for Monterey against Carr and Meyer as that pitch misses outside, 2 and 2. Going to flip-flop the 2 freshmen. Casey Carr going to go in the 9-inning game and Tyler Meyer in the 7-inning game. I don't think there's any huge reason. Just change it up a little bit. Neither one of them was greatly effective last time out. Gardner waits. 2-2 pitch is hit out into right field. Coming in is the right fielder Lindemann. He will make the catch. Tagging is Garcia. He is going to try to score. The throw is going to be up the line. Scoring is Jacob Garcia on the sacrifice fly by Jace Gardner, and it's now 8-0.
So the Warriors do execute, get the run in. Nice at bat by Gardner. Here was the thing with Lindemann out in right field. He took an extra hop and then could not make the accurate throw to the plate, and that allowed Garcia, who took advantage of 2 mistakes in the outfield, to advance from second base to home.
So now Alexis Paz will be the batter. Paz is 0 for 4. He's reached on a fielder's choice, and he will chop one foul, third base side, past Coach Leonasio, strike 1. Reached on a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored in the first. Hit a soft liner to short in the third, flied out to deep center in the fourth, and then flied out to center again in the sixth. So Alexis looking for his first hit of the day. Bunker, the runner at first with 2 outs, and that pitch misses inside, 1-1. 4 runs in, 3 hits, a walk, and 3 errors. Have plated 4 runs. Allowed Stanislaus to bust this one open. They lead 8-0. A pitch is grounded up the middle. Nice stop by Miguel. I thought he was going to stop it, and then it hits off his glove and his chest. It'll be a base hit for Paz, and because it rolled out into shallow center field, Bunker goes to third. So Alexis Paz with his first hit of the ball game. The 13th hit for Stanislaus puts runners at the corners with 2 outs for Dylan Jackson, the 9th man to bat. And all Jackson's done today is go 3 for 4 with a 2-run single. He scored a run, and he has struck out.
And the beat goes on as the Warriors take advantage of opportunities that they're given and got runners on first and third.
And a little more loud contact in the last couple innings. Didn't have a lot of hard hit balls against Mcrae, but Gallart, they hit a couple balls hard, and now Jones has given up a couple of loud contact, and that's going to be a soft liner over the leaping Miguel into left field for a base hit, scoring as Bunker. It's 9-0. It is a 4-hit day for Dylan Jackson. He picks up his 3rd RBI of the night. He is 10th on the season, and it's 9-zip.
Yeah, he didn't try to do too much. He just kind of went with it. Left-hander just takes it into short left center field. Drives in the run, and the Warriors find ways.
And you know what? He's really setting himself up to be the Recovery Lab player of the game. Getting that feel in there, Eric, with a 4-hit day and 3 RBIs?
Yes, he is.
So Matty Elser, who's been on base all 4 times, 3 times via hit, and then once on an errand, he's going to hit a one-hopper right back to Jones, who runs over and tosses it underhand to Martin. And mercifully for Monterey Bay, the 7th inning ends, but not before Stanislaus picks up 5 runs on 5 hits. There were 3 errors and a couple runners left on base. We're going to head to the 8th inning. It has been all Stanislaus. They lead Monterey 9-0.
Are you ready to get some real work done?
Bonander Buick GMC in downtown Turlock is proud to introduce the new 2020 GMC Sierra 2500 heavy-duty pickup. Available in a regular gas engine or the award-winning Duramax diesel, the 2020 Sierra is totally redesigned with a new body style and improved technology, making it the best truck in its class. The new 2500 Sierras also provide more power with over 400 horsepower and up to 910 pound-feet of torque to haul your biggest loads. Come on down and check out these amazing trucks at the Bonander showroom on East Marshall and Center Street in downtown Turlock, or go to BonanderBuickGMC.com to see their full selection. Bonander Buick GMC, servicing all your car, truck, and trailer needs for over 60 years.
Welcome back, everybody. It was a very eventful bottom of the 7th. The Warriors create that separation they've been looking for and now have a 9-0 lead. We can close the book on Kyle Gallart. He went an inning and a third. He gave up 5 runs. 2 of them were earned on 3 hits. He struck out 2, walked 2. The deal was 3 errors in that inning on Monterey. An error on the second baseman, an error on the shortstop, and an error in center field.
And really none of them real super difficult plays. I mean, the Figueredo play was probably going to be a hit, but the throw was so wide.
Yeah, and then the play out in center field on a base hit, you can't let the ball get past you and give up the free 90s. And they gave up plenty of free 90s that time. And, you know, Gallart may have deserved better, but he did give up hits that inning too. So for Stanislaus, they take advantage of some poor defense, and the Warriors are going to send a new pitcher. It's going to be Tommy Stropke. Stropke, the crafty sidearm right-hander, a senior, one of the only pitchers in the Warriors bullpen that is pitching significant innings that's a senior. He's got making his 8th appearance. He's thrown 9 2/3 innings. He's given up 3 runs. Only 2 of them were earned. He's got an ERA of 1.86. Given up 6 hits. He struck out 10. He's walked 5 and hit a couple of batters. Opposing batters are hitting 162 off of Stropke.
First pitch to first baseman Jacob Martin is taken by the left-handed hitter, strike 1. Martin is 0 for 2. He has flied out to center and fouled out to left.
So what this means is we can close the book on Ryland Tinsley. Another fantastic outing. 7 innings.
And there's a beautiful changeup swung on and missed, and quickly Ostropsky out in front 0-2.
7 innings, no runs on just 3 hits. He strikes out 6, walks 1.
And that was the first batter he faced all night.
So he is in line for his 5th win of the year.
Pitch is chopped to the right side. Going to be a tough play for Elso. Underhand it. He will toss it to Ostropsky for the out. A great play by Matty Elser. He kind of scooped it like you would a first baseman and then had plenty of time to get it to Ostropsky to retire Martin.
Could be a nominee for our web gem of the game.
Well, we haven't had a lot of tough defensive plays.
That is as close as it has come.
And now we're going to have a pinch hitter, I believe. It is going to be Devin Orr is going to hit for Chris Rubottom. Tell you about Orr here in just a second.
Now they're coming fast and furious.
This is what happens as the first pitch is taken for a strike. Orr hitting 154. He is 2 for 13 this year. Does have an RBI. This will be his 6th appearance in a ball game. Left-handed hitter. Takes a slider that misses a little low, 1-1. Orr is a 5'10", 150-pound senior from Roseville. That is popped up, foul, left side, drifting over the Warrior dugout out of play, and Ostropsky out in front 1-2. And I think the one thing, if you're looking at Tommy Ostropsky, Eric, his numbers look good, but the 5 walks in 9 2/3 innings is too many.
Yep.
Because he's not a guy that can pitch from behind.
He cleans that up, and he will be amazingly effective.
Pitch is a jam shot hit on the ground slowly to the right side. Paz got it. He will throw to Elser in time to get Orr, and quickly there are 2 away.
Because Tommy's one of those guys you don't want batters to see more than once.
No. And now Casey Longacre will be the pinch hitter for Hunter Harris. Longacre
has a long name.
6'1", 230-pound senior from Petaluma, D1 bounce back from Sacramento State. For Longacre, he is 0 for 3 with a walk. The first pitch taken inside, ball 1. Longacre's a big boy. Like you said, that's what a catcher should look like.
Yep.
Pitch is fouled back behind us in the Golden Valley Health Center broadcast booth. 1-1. You know, the one thing about the fact that Monterey is using pinch hitters in this inning, most of these guys probably would not see Ostropsky later in this series, and so that becomes important other than Martin. There is a slow breaking ball taken for strike 2. And I think the one thing Tommy has learned is that he has learned that sometimes it's better to subtract the velocity than to add, and has made him so much more effective. That time he throws a fastball and freezes Longacre on the outside corner, strike 3, in a very quick 1-2-3 inning for Ostropsky. That is 16 consecutive otters retired by Stanislaus pitching. We're going to head to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Stanislaus State 9 and Monterey nothing.
Looking for something to do, places to go, and things to see in the Turlock area? Turlock Direct magazine features local companies, advertises fantastic events, and contains coupons of all kinds. If you live in the Turlock-Denair area, a Turlock Direct magazine lands in your mailbox. Look for your copy every month. Interested in advertising to 30,000 addresses? Check out their website at turlockdirect.com or call Jamie at 675-7636. Turlock Direct magazine. Every mailbox, every month.
Back here at Warrior Ball Field, Stanislaus State up 9-0. 9 runs on 14 hits, no errors for the Warriors. No runs on 3 hits, 4 errors on Monterey. Coming up with into the bottom of the 8th, and the Warrior bottom of the order has absolutely been fantastic. And Bryan, I want to take a look at this again. You look at Dylan Jackson, who is 4 for 4. Matty Elser, who is 3 for 4 but reached on an error. You've got Eric Bolton, who is 2 for 3 and was hit by a pitch. You got Grant Victor, who's 1 for 3 and was walked. You got Jacob Garcia, who is 1 for 3 and has walked. You've got 4 RBIs, 6 runs scored, and only 5 outs recorded on the night between those guys. It's crazy.
So Bolton will be the batter, and as Eric said, he is 2 for 3. He has singled in a run. He has been hit by a pitch. He has popped out to short, and he has singled and scored.
Nicholas Napoli comes in to play right field. Longacre moves behind the plate, and Devin Orr is at third base.
And the first pitch to Bolton is hit out into shallow right field where you come in, and then the ball seems to find you. And Napoli will reach out and make the catch for out number 1.
No such thing as a routine play right now for whatever reason.
And Grant Victor will be the batter. Victor is 1 for 3. He's flied out twice, was walked intentionally, and singled and scored. Everybody kind of felt like you singled and scored in the bottom of the order in that 7th inning. The Warriors scored 5 runs on 5 hits, a walk, and 3 Monterey errors to blow this one wide open. The first pitch is taken for a strike on the outside corner.
This is the at-bat, I think, that is a difference maker for Grant Victor in the way he thinks tonight when he goes to bed. If he can have a multiple hit game.
Pitch misses outside.
Right? He's 1 for 3. He's got a walk. If he can go 2 for 4 with a walk, a couple of runs scored, an RBI, or no RBI, but a couple of runs scored, he'll feel really good.
Fastball misses outside.
Just get on base.
2-1. We'll set the defense for you. It's Hale, Guerra, and Napoli now in the outfield for Monterey. Oren Miguel on the left side, Figueredo and Martin on the left side, and Longacre now the catcher. Pitch misses inside 3-1. I think just even getting on base for Victor.
Exactly. Alex Solis has jumped into the on-deck circle for the Warriors. Solis, a 6-foot freshman.
Fastball taken for a strike, and the count goes full, 3-2.
Well, Bryan,
There's
there's a fire across the street from us now. It's just a normal Friday night here at the ball field.
Wow. That's not that far from where Jordan lives. A slow chopper to the right side going to be a tough play for Martin. To throw it to Jones is not going to be. Oh, they say he did catch it in time to get Victor. Victor can't believe it. And I think if it wasn't 9-0, Coach Leonasio might have gone and asked.
Yeah, but that's tough for Grant Victor.
That was a nice play, a good hustle by Jones to get over there as Martin went probably a good 40 feet off the bag to backhand that. And how Jones even touched the bag, I have no idea because he was falling down.
I'm not sure he did, Bryan. I'm going to go check the instant replay.
So Alex Solis will be the batter. Solis is 1 for 2 this year. Freshman from Ceres, went to Central Valley High School, and the first pitch misses inside, ball 1. Solis is a guy they like, a exceptional athlete. Was a shortstop in high school, but he's a guy they think could play all over the field. Pitch misses inside, 2-0. And he's got a really good bat.
Well, Bryan, he was very safe.
Okay. That was what they call a 9-0 good effort, you're out?
No.
It was just a missed call badly?
Yeah. I see flames, Bryan.
Oh, that's not good. Pitch misses low, 3-0.
If that's a bonfire, it's a little out of control.
That is that's some you could roast a lot of marshmallows on that fire right there.
I don't know what's going on over there.
Fastball taken for a strike. Should I text Jordan and ask him what he's doing in his backyard?
Little something going on all over the place tonight.
(3-1) pitch. Misses inside, ball 4, and Solis has a 2-out walk. First walk allowed by Jones. We'll go back to the top of the order, and Grant Bunker. And Bunker trying to get involved in the hit party. He is 0 for 3. He has grounded out 3 times. He has sacrificed and reached on an error, and he has walked and scored.
Warriors have not been short of base runners tonight.
No.
9 runs, and they've left 12 on.
And they've had a guy thrown out trying to steal, as there is a changeup taken for a strike. Bunker now 2 for his last 20. He needs to reverse the fortunes here a little bit.
Still been on base twice today and scored a run.
and with this as a sacrifice. Pitch in the dirt. 1-1. 3-run first and a 5-run seventh. Have given Stanislaus a 9-0 lead.
Don't leave that 1 run in the fourth out.
And they did get the single run in the fourth.
That's lonely, but don't leave it
run
there.
That scored because of a leadoff walk. Pitch to Bunker is driven out into left field. Going back is Hale. But he will square up now just in front of the warning track. He will make the catch. And Bunker just missed it. For Stanislaus here in the 8th, no runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left on base. We're going to head to inning number 9. It's the Warriors 9 and Monterey nothing.
I'd like to take just a second to talk to everybody out there about Carrie Unternayer Dentistry. My name's Eric Davis, and Carrie has been the dentist for our family for over 4 generations. He's handled braces, he's handled cavities, he's handled cleanings, he's handled major dental work. His office staff is top-notch. Shannon Rodriguez, the office manager, and Itzel Barrera working up at the front desk are terrific. Elizabeth Rojas assists Carrie in all of his procedures. She is awesome. And Jamie Pimentel, she may be the world's greatest hygienist. I love Carrie Unternayer Dentistry and what they have done for my family. You'll love them too.
Well, we made it to the top of the 9th inning here at Warrior Baseball Field. It is 9 runs on 14 hits, no errors for Stanislaus. No runs, 3 hits, 4 errors for Monterey. And that's a tough night, Eric, when the error column is larger than the runs and hits combined column. Not just the hits, the runs and hits combined column.
That is,
you know that's a bad night.
That is a rough go of it. Hey, we've got a final, Brian. Dominguez Hills defeats Cal State LA 4-1.
So LA, after taking 3 out of 4 from Monterey Bay, has lost 5 in a row. They got swept last weekend by Pomona. In fact, that's interesting, Eric, because they had a 1-0 lead in the first game of that Pomona series going to the bottom of the 9th, lost it on a wild pitch, and haven't won since. Amazing how that can change so quickly.
So Napoli will lead off the 9th inning for Stanislaus. For Monterey. He's hitting for Lindemann. Napoli, a right-handed batter, came in to play right field, and Stropke floats a fastball in for strike 1. Napoli swings the bat, slightly open stance from the right side, and Stropke, breaking ball right over the plate for a strike. Warriors have made a change. Andrew Miller is out in right field now for Stanislaus. Napoli takes outside. Napoli, just his second at-bat of the season. He is 1 for 1, and he's got a double and an RBI in his only other plate appearance. Stropke deals inside, hits him. Tommy Stropke opens up the 9th by hitting a batter with 2 strikes. That's not what Tommy had in mind right there. That'll bring up Brady Miguel. Miguel, the freshman shortstop, 1 for 3. He's got an infield base hit to his credit. Left-hander. Stands in. Squares to bunt and takes a ball. Bolton trying to get his infield set the way he wants, and now gets back into the squat. Kenny Leonasio fires out the pitch call. Bolton flashes the signs. Next pitch is hit in the air. Going back is Grant Victor, short left field, and the shortstop makes the catch, and there's 1 away. So far tonight, Stropke has faced 5 batters, and nobody has made solid contact off of him. Coco Figueredo is next up. He's 0 for 3. And he's had a rough night. He's grounded into a double play, routine fly to center, and got caught looking for one of Tinsley's 6 strikeouts. So Figueredo has seen his average down. The runner goes, and the ball is behind the base runner. And so a stolen base by Napoli. Got a good jump. Bolton made a strong throw, but it tailed to the right field side of the bag and allowed Napoli to be safe. Good backup out there by Paz as the throw got through. And Paz cuts the ball off before it gets to the outfield. So the 1-0 pitch now to Figueredo floats in a breaking ball for a strike.
You know, if you're Monterey, it's a 9-0 game in the ninth, but to get a run, to A, not get shut out, and B, have something positive happen tonight as you prepare for a doubleheader tomorrow.
Kind of a big deal.
Can be. Especially a team that has really had a tough time on the road. They're looking to drop to 1-7.
Swung on and fouled off.
That hit by pitch, Eric, snapped a streak of 16 consecutive hitters retired by Stanislaus pitching.
Monterey hasn't had a hit since the third inning.
This was the #1 hitting team in the conference coming into this game.
Stropke looks in. He's ahead in the count 1-2. Trying to wrap this one up. And it just hangs outside. Ball 2. 2-2.
So if we got a pinch hitter coming out on deck. Appears to be Sam Nastari, backup catcher, will hit for Nasuti.
Stropke's pitch is fouled at the plate.
Now this is the at-bat where Figueredo gets a chance to see Stropke because there's probably a good chance later on in this series, either tomorrow or more than likely Sunday, they will probably see each other again. Yeah, Figueredo is a switch hitter. We don't see too many switch hitters at the collegiate level.
No, I just realized that he was in the right-handed batter's box, and now he's not.
Well, and if everything wasn't dead,
we'd know that.
We would know a few things. Like is he a better left-handed hitter or right-handed hitter?
Stropke misses just low.
Well, and if you're Stropke, you don't want to be nibbling here.
No. Warriors bullpen is quiet at the moment, though there are people standing down there. Pitch from Stropke, misses outside. They try to back pick him, throw it into center field, and fortunately the Warriors are there on the backup. They had Napoli.
I think it was Paz a little late getting there, and the throw was high. So a plunk and a walk. They've given Monterey a little bit of a rally and made this game last a little longer than it maybe should.
So what do we know about our good friend Mr.
Nastari? I'm looking for him.
This is his first at-bat.
Yes, it is.
Mr. Nastari getting his first at-bat of the season. And the first pitch is a strike. 2 men on, 1 man out. Top of the ninth, Warriors up 9-0. Right-handed batting Nastari, and he swings and loops one into center field. Grant Bunker is there. He makes the catch coming in. He wasn't playing deep. The ball didn't get down, and they're now 2 away. And Kyle Guerra is coming up. Guerra 0 for 3, and he is struck out. He came in hitting .375. So your 400 hitter is hitless. Your .365 hitter has a infield hit. Your .357 hitter is hitless. Swung on and fouled off, strike 1. Your .351 hitter has a base hit. Your .375 hitter is hitless.
And your .176 hitter got a hit. Just one of those nights for Monterey. And don't think that this is normal, because this is a team that can swing it.
Ball is slapped out into left field, but there's a guy there. Jace Gardner gets there, makes the catch. And the side is retired, and the Warriors shut out the Monterey Bay Otters. In the inning, there were no runs, no hits, no errors, 2 runners left on. And a final score, Stanislaus State 9, Monterey Bay nothing. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with the Pizza Factory postgame report right after these messages.
When the game's over and you're looking for a place to hang out with your friends, who doesn't like pizza and beer? Right across the street, Pizza Factory, located on West Monte Vista Avenue, just across from Stan State University. A great place to hang out. Serving fresh pizzas, salads, pasta, and wings, and now featuring the new beer wall. The beer wall, where they're serving domestic, classic, and specialty microbrews. They have daily specials, multiple big screen TVs, video games for the kids, and a party room for large groups. They've got it all. Call in your order at 634-5000 or find coupons and order online at pizzafactory.com. Pizza Factory in Turlock. We toss them. They're awesome.
Disasters and accidents happen. Are you covered? Nathan DeBlevich of Farmers Insurance Group is proud to provide home, life, and auto insurance for individuals and businesses looking for peace of mind. His offices are at 5 East Main Street in downtown Turlock and on Chabot Drive in beautiful Pleasanton, California. Call Nathan to schedule an appointment or find him online at ndfarmers.com. You can reach him in Turlock at 209-485-9006 or in the East Bay at 925-200-8574. Remember, for your peace of mind, call Nathan DeBlevich of Farmers Insurance Group.
PR Farmers. Bum-ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum.
Looking for something to do, places to go, and things to see in the Turlock area? Turlock Direct magazine features local companies, advertises fantastic events, and contains coupons of all kinds. If you live in the Turlock-Denair area, a Turlock Direct magazine lands in your mailbox. Look for your copy every month. Interested in advertising to 30,000 addresses? Check out their website at turlockdirect.com or call Jamie at 675-7636. Turlock Direct magazine. Every mailbox, every month.
Welcome back, everybody. It's a Pizza Factory post-game show, and it comes on another happy Friday night. Stanislaus State, the winner here again tonight, 9-0 over Monterey Bay in the first of 4 against the Otters. Let's take a look at the scoring recap for today's game, courtesy of the Get in the Game podcast. Remember, Get in the Game podcast will begin sometime here in the month of March, and we have some very special podcasts for you coming up. But let's take a look at the scoring recap. It all started for the Warriors in the bottom of the first inning with 1 out. Zach Jones works a walk. Jace Gardner picks up a base hit into left field, puts runners on first and second. Alexis Paz hits into a fielder's choice, moved runners to the corners, and with runners on first and third and 1 out, Dylan Jackson comes to the plate. Alexis Paz steals a bag to get runners on second and third, and then Dylan Jackson comes through with his first base hit of the night. It's a 2-run single into right field, and the Warriors were on the board. 2-0. Matt Elser not done with this rally. He drives a base hit, a little bloop shot into left field, and that put runners, that brought Dylan Jackson to second base. So with runners on first and second, Eric Bolton came up, and he knocks a base hit into center field, drives in Jackson, and the Warriors are up 3-0 after 1. In the fourth inning, the Warriors get a break. They get a leadoff walk by Jacob Garcia. Then Grant Bunker comes up, and the pitcher makes an error. He got to a slowly hit bunt, got to it, but when he went to throw it, the second baseman wasn't at the bag. He wasn't covering in time, and he kind of goosed a throw over the head of the bag man, and that moved Garcia all the way from first base to third base, and that's going to bring up Zach Jones. And Jones drives a fly ball into left field. Garcia tags, and the Warriors were up 4-0 after 4. All was quiet until the bottom of the seventh, and that's when it all broke loose against Monterey Bay. In the seventh, the Warriors open up the seventh as Matty Elser reaches on an error on the shortstop, Eric Bolton comes up and knocks a base hit into center field, putting runners at the corners. Actually, it put runners at first and second, but the center fielder kicked it, which allowed Matty Elser to get all the way over to third base and Eric Bolton to move up to second base. Second and third, nobody out, as Grant Victor hits a slow number to the second baseman, and that's going to put runners all over the bags for Stanislaus. Grant Victor, by the way, did pick up an RBI on that hit, as it scored Matt Elser from third base. So for Eric Bolton, he did. He scored on the air. My bad. I'm getting corrected in my ears. I'm trying to read my own chicken scratch. But Matt Elser scored on the air on the center fielder. So scratch that. But the rally kept going as Victor, and now I'm all off rhythm. Thank you, Bryan. All in the got to be accurate, right? Anyway, Grant Victor beats out a base hit, and then the second baseman throws it away, allowing runners to advance to second and third once again. Jacob Garcia gets a base hit into center field. That drives in a run. That's Bolton coming across to score. And then Grant Bunker works a walk to load the bases. And with one away, Jace Gardner comes up, hits a sac fly into right field that forced home another run. Infield base hit by Paz. The fourth base hit of the night for Dylan Jackson, loads him up once again, and that's where the inning will end. But the Warriors came up with 5 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors in the inning, and eventually that was your final score, 9-0. And, you know, Bryan, as I go through the scoring recap, in all 3 innings, the Warriors scored in 3 innings. Dylan Jackson played a big part in 2 of those. Let's talk to our Pizza Factory player of the game, Dylan Jackson.
Dylan, congratulations.
Thank you.
So, Dylan, talk to us a little bit about how you made it to Stanislaus State. You're a local kid.
Yeah.
Went to Modesto High, went to school or to JC and Merced. Talk to us a little bit about your journey to get to Stanislaus.
Well, Modesto for 4 years. I didn't get an opportunity to play at MJC, so I went to Merced. Then I just worked my way, talked to the coaches here, found a way to get here. I've played here a couple of times through All-Star games and stuff like that, so I really enjoy this field and the people around it.
And it's a great place for a left-handed hitter that has a little power, because wait till the wind starts to blow in March and April. It's a jet stream to get out of here. 4 hits tonight. You have been a consistent offensive presence in this lineup throughout the year, and you've done it against a lot of left-handed pitching, good left-handed pitching.
Yeah.
Do you change your approach at all when you face that left-handed pitching, or is there something in your swing that you know you can handle it no matter which side it comes from?
It really depends on the situation and the count and everything like that. Certain situations I'll be looking for a different pitch, looking up and stuff like that. So it depends on the situation, but when I get to 2 strikes, I widen out and I try to put the best battle I can out there to put a ball in play.
Now, talk to us a little bit about your guys' mindset. You split at East Bay, which in this conference you split on the road. That's considered a success, and they're a good team, and they're tied for first place. And now you come home and play Monterey, a team that was started the season 18th in the country. They've struggled a little bit on the road, but they split with a good Chico team. What was the mindset coming into this game? Were you surprised how quickly the game kind of got away from them in that 7th inning?
I wasn't surprised because I know we have good guys, and I know we could really get the job done. Great job by Tinsley going out there and really pitching the best that he could for us to get the win. That's about it.
Is there a mindset when he goes on the mound that there's just an air of confidence that you guys have as a team that, A, we don't have to score a ton of runs because he's probably not going to give very many up, but he is so dominant. He retired the last 13 guys he faced tonight.
Well, with him, it's very good because he keeps us in the game no matter what. Again, with East Bay and here, he kept us in the game. 4 runs is a close baseball game, and he kept us in there and allowed us to score runs for him.
Now, talk about the way you guys have constantly put pressure on teams all year long. Other than the game last Saturday, you only scored 2 against East Bay. You guys have scored at least 5 runs in every game. What is it about this lineup that makes it so tough?
We have a lot of threat, and I think we have a lot of good hitters that know when the pitch is coming. Good times, we have like good 2-strike hitters and stuff like that, and we have great eyes. A lot of times we force walks and put a lot of pressure on guys just by playing the game.
And finally, as you guys prepare to turn the page now and get ready for the long day that is Saturday, what do you guys do on a night like this? Get to bed early, get some rest, get some food, because it is a long day here tomorrow.
Yeah. Get up early, start breakfast, be out at the field, just start going. It's just an everyday thing.
Well, Dylan, thank you so much for your time. Congratulations tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
That was Dylan Jackson, our Recovery Lab player of the game. We're going to take a short break. We'll come back with more of the Pizza Factory postgame show right after this.
When the game's over and you're looking for a place to hang out with your friends, who doesn't like pizza and beer? Right across the street, Pizza Factory, located on West Monte Vista Avenue, just across from Stan State University. A great place to hang out. Serving fresh pizzas, salads, pasta, and wings, and now featuring the new beer wall. The beer wall, where they're serving domestic classic and specialty microbrews. They have daily specials, multiple big screen TVs, video games for the kids, and a party room for large groups. They've got it all. Call in your order at 634-5000 or find coupons and order online at pizzafactory.com. Pizza Factory in Turlock. We toss them. They're awesome.
Welcome back, everybody. It is the Pizza Factory post-game show. It rolls on. It's time for some superlatives. You've heard from our Recovery Lab player of the game, Dylan Jackson. Let's talk a little bit about our drive of the game, Bryan. And for me, I vote the drive of the game, the Dylan Jackson two-run single in the first that got things started. It's not always about how hard you hit it, but it's about when you hit it. And I think when you look at it too, Eric, it set the tone for the entire night because it put Monterey in a hole against one of the best pitchers in the conference. And you give Bryan Tinsley a three-run lead early, and you don't get him in the first inning when he wasn't quite as sharp those first two innings. And then once he settled in innings 3 through 7, well, it was a long night for Monterey in the batter's box. Absolutely. Let's talk about the web gem of the game. That's going to be the Matty Elser to Tommy Stropke. Tough play that Elser kind of scooped a short hop and then underhanded to Stropke, covering to lead off the 8th inning and make it a very simple, quiet inning. And finally, your delivery of the game. Well, I mean, is it Friday night? We pretty much know who the delivery man is every Friday night. It is Rylan Tinsley, another shutout, 7 innings. He has been absolutely dominant, one of the best pitchers in the conference. You know, probably need to say now probably one of the best pitchers in the region and maybe one of the best pitchers in the country, and he has continued to dominate. And when Friday is win day, you know, right now it's 100% of the time. Warriors are 5-0 on Fridays. That sets the tone for the entire weekend because now you win 2 out of the next 3, you win the series. And you still have a chance to sweep. And if your Monterey puts a tremendous amount of pressure on Greg Steinbeck tomorrow, the 6th-year senior, to have to come out and pitch really, really well, because this is a Stanislaus team that is very confident and very, very tough offensively, especially here at home. Well, and once they get on a roll, you can see what they do. They just put pressure on you. They're always putting pressure on you. They don't have a ton of speed, but they put guys in motion. They come up with a big base hit with 2 outs or with runners in scoring position. They just always are putting pressure on you, and that's something that we haven't seen in a Warrior offense, maybe ever, for a long time. Best with case. The length, exactly. There's been some offenses that were good, but they were very, top heavy. This is a lineup 1 through 9 that is a threat. Think about it. When we talked about this team, who was the guy returning that we thought may be the best hitter? It was Grant Victor, and he's hitting a buck. Maybe. Yeah, he's on the interstate now. Yeah. And he's the only guy not hitting. And so that makes it scary. To your point, the 5 through 9 batters tonight, 11 for 21 at the plate with 3 walks, and they were hit once, 5 RBIs, 6 runs scored, and technically of the 25 times they came to the plate tonight, they were on base 16 out of those 25 times. That's whether it's 64%. Whether that's by error, whether that's by walks, hit batter, or base knocks. The bottom of the order. And that's 5 times through the order. Not once, 5 times through the order. You're on base 64% of the time. You're probably going to win games. You think? That's just that's an incredible number because you know what? The guys on the top of the order are going to hit. It's just a matter of when it's going to happen during a series. So the Warriors get a win tonight on a game where the bottom of the order comes through. They move to 12-3 overall. They are 6-3 in conference, and I wish I could tell you I knew exactly what that did to them in conference based on how it ties them in first with East Bay, Chico, and probably San Diego, assuming San Diego held on and won that game. So, lots of stuff going on, and the Warriors just playing really good baseball right now.
Yeah, and a big full day tomorrow. Tomorrow's game 1 will be Greg Steinbeck for Monterey against Casey Carr, the freshman left-hander from Turlock High School. And then game 2 will be Tyler Meyer for the Warriors against Augusto Pineda. And so far for Pineda, Eric, he has not given up a run in 3 appearances. So we shall see how that goes.
The immovable force meets the unstoppable object, or whatever that is.
So should be good. It'll be Eric, Brad Brink, and the coach Larry Johnson will bring you all the action as I will be dancing the night away at a fun family wedding out of town.
Yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. Somebody's going to owe me. All right, that's the story here from Warrior Ball Field. Warriors win 9-0 behind Ryland Tinsley's 5th win of the year. Time of the game was 2:47. The Warriors 9 runs on 14 hits, no errors. No runs on just 3 hits and 4 errors for the Monterey Otters. Tomorrow, it all gets started at 12:45 with game 1 of a doubleheader. Game 2 to follow, and then later that night, it's Warrior basketball, men's and women's. Women start at 5:30 over at the Fitz. You're not going to want to miss any of it. It is senior night, and it is playoff position determining night, so you want to tune in for that. So for our station engineer, Mr. Spence Sabori, for our fabulous interns, Michaela and Chelsea, and my partner, Bryan Nelson. My name's Eric Davis saying good night. God bless. Thank you for listening. We will catch you tomorrow.
You've been listening to Stanislaus State Baseball on BlueChipBroadcasting.com. Be sure to visit the archive page for past games. Thank you for listening to the Blue Chip Sports Radio Network.